Good morning. Good Sunday morning to everybody. What's up? Oh man, my comments didn't disappear today. How wonderful. Andy Gill in the building. What's going on, man? 18 four-wheeler. Bird 101. Zion Love. Zulu Lion in this building. I don't know why I said that. Zulu Lion in the building. What's going on, man? David Testain, what's happening? Mr. Mileage, Gabe Toss, All Things, Bird 101. Salute to Banks the Boxing Fan. Trav, Mike Kirkland, Von Weiss, Cal Coolett, Branson. What's up? The usual crew. What's up with everybody in the usual crew? Let's talk about it today. Man, good morning, John Mill. Dude, we have generational problems, man. We have generational problems. Generational problems. Yeah, we do. What it do, Texas OG? Man, I've been listening to talking to people on Twitter. I've been obviously, on YouTube. Yeah, Tank in December. That's what's up. I'm happy about that. Ooh, I'm happy, man. Thank you, Tanky. Thanks, Tank. Just give us a fight. Yeah, hopefully, right? But still, I'll take that sign as positive as you can get. That's Mr. Cryptic. That was mighty direct for him. That was mighty direct to him. So thank you to A-Side and Ray Jackson. 2 cents salute. What up? Tank, let's go. My birthday in December. Let's go. Yeah. I hope it's in DC. Devin Haney's going to sue me for what? What would Devin Haney sue me for? I'll be very interested in that. He going to sue me? Sue me for what? Sue me for what? What did I do? Let me see. Breach of contract? No. Definitely. I know, James. I'm just thinking. It's a very real possibility out there, dog. Nah, James. Hey, James, I appreciate that you were just kidding, but you got to be serious with it, man. When people out here willing to sue everybody, you got to be careful when people want to sue. I don't know, Texas OG. I'm waiting to hear. Hopefully we'll hear soon. Defamation of a boxer? How did I defame a boxer? I don't think that that's a cause of action, defamation of a boxer. Do you have I think it's just defamation. Either libel or slander or both. And I don't remember ever knowingly saying anything that was false that harmed him. These things called damages that I keep explaining that Bill Haney did. Dog, you see Bill Haney responded to me? Did you hear Bill's response to me, guys? He was talking to me. I know Bill was talking to me. Bill, you sounded mighty salty, Billy. Billy sounded mighty upset. But I want everybody to know that video, he was responding to me. He was responding to me directly. And then you can act like you ain't, dog. I know what you did. Ain't nobody out here talking about where the damage is at. Oh, that was hilarious. Only problem, man. Dude, they didn't get any damages. Oscar De La Hoya was not awarded damages. When was Oscar De La Hoya awarded some damages? I missed that. $1 million in damages? Hey, enlighten me. Can anybody tell me when he got $1 million worth of damages? I ain't never heard that before. Where'd that come from? I want to see Devin Ryan 2 bad now. Yeah, I want to see it. I definitely want to see it. I agree 100%, Branson. I agree 100%. I definitely want to see it. I definitely want to see it. But yeah, I'll take the Lamont Roach fight. For sure, I'll take the Lamont Roach fight. Y'all don't want the Lamont Roach fight? Lola, what up? Said, Fanon, it's been a long time. You look like you lost a lot of weight, man. I'm just joining in. Hey, Lola, yeah. I did. I don't like 60 pounds, somewhere around 60 pounds. Yeah, I had to get 60 pounds up off me. I'm trying to get 100 off me. I can do it another 40. I know it. So, yeah, I'm trying to have gotten 100 off me. Way too big. Yeah, I can't say whether he did or whether he did not need an enhancement. Nah, I don't. I don't know. I could get rid of this stomach. I was pretty good looking. I was pretty good looking at 190. I'll take 190. Maybe 180, maybe 210. I'm telling you, though, you'll be surprised once you get there. You're like, oh, okay. You got those pounds off so you can fight Aerosmith? Who's Aerosmith? So I can fight Terrence Crawford? No, I'm not. No, I got myself in shape so I don't have to have high blood pressure. And I don't want to, like, die prematurely. I definitely did not do that to get beat up. What the, why would I train? Why would I work really hard, change my diet, you know, portion control and the timing that I eat? Why would I do all that just to go get beat up? I could get beat up. I could be overweight and be beat up. Yeah, I still eat meat. Heck yeah. Yes, I eat meat. Yes, I do. I don't really eat a lot of sugar, is what I got out of there. Sugar and alcohol. I got rid of those things. Texas OG. What's up, Jordan? How you doing, man? Shout out to you, brother. What's good? What's good? Yeah, where did I do that, man? Y'all some wild people, man. Y'all just trying to be annoying this morning? Or what? Or what? Yep, health is wealth. Yeah, so anyway, yeah. So yeah, this is like a time in boxing where it's a generational shift along with the technology. There really is a technology component to all this nonsense. And the fact that you have to have a skill that people used to say you should never do, which is immediately write something to somebody. Like when people used to have to write letters to write to people, like you have to put it in the mail and you couldn't get it back. People used to say, hey, write the letter, but don't send it if you're mad. Don't write a note mad. The time the speed at which people communicate on social media is so fast that you don't have a time to think through what you're saying. People don't even use punctuation anymore. A lot of people don't use punctuation. That was the hardest thing in the world to get my son to do, since he basically learned to write on the internet, was to use punctuation. Because he was writing on, he's writing on on social media, text and things. Hey man, I'm not. Don't entertain. Or no, do not entertain that stupid ass conversation. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Here's the link if anybody want to holler. Give me 1 second. I got to get something. My bad. Debo, I got to see your face before I let you on. Nah, I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying I'll take a chance. Watch this be a bad chance. What's going on?
Yo, bro, so somebody whooped you off PEDs, you not suing?
What?
Be real. If you got whooped off of PEDs, why wouldn't you sue somebody? Why not?
If I got
You're
whooped
an
off
attorney?
PEDs, why wouldn't I sue somebody?
Yeah, like it's a real question. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't I sue them? I would whoop their
Yeah.
ass if somebody fought me on. Are you talking about just somebody walked up here and tried to fight me? Did
No, I'm
I
talking
start
about
the fight?
boxing. I mean, you could.
Did I agree to
You,
fight?
you could. No, I'm saying you could.
I
I mean,
understand
I'm
what you're
saying you
saying.
could
I'm
still
asking you a
whoop them
question. I'm
after the
asking you a
lawsuit.
question. Bro, if you're asking me
Yeah,
if I fought
but a
somebody,
fair. You asked for a fair
dude,
fight though.
I'm asking a
But you
question.
asked for a fair fight.
I'm answering the question.
Bro, you ain't even answer my question though.
I
We
am
talking about
answering the
boxing, bro.
question. You won't let me answer the question. You keep talking.
Okay, if y'all were in a boxing match and you
Bro,
guys agreed to fight clean and he,
I would
oh,
not
exactly,
sue. No, I would
exactly.
not sue. No, not in his case. I would not sue. Not in my case. I would not sue.
All right, I'm done with you.
You would sue?
Why wouldn't I, bro? If someone whooped me off PDs, bro, that could
You
change
didn't
your
get
life,
you
bro.
because you didn't
Like
have it because
you
you
gotta
didn't
be
get
real.
any damages because you got paid for the fight and you didn't experience any other damages. And generally,
How do you
that's a
know that,
bitch
bro?
move. And generally speaking, that's a bitch move. That's why.
Were you an attorney?
Yeah. And I'm
Okay, bro.
telling you, I don't think he has a case. I'm an attorney telling you I don't think he
Okay.
has a case. That's bullshit. You assumed you know somebody. Don't you know people can cheat? Don't you know people cheat in boxing?
Yeah.
So
People get
didn't
sued.
you? So listen to my question. So you know people cheat in boxing, right?
Duh.
Right?
Duh.
Yes.
Obviously. Duh.
Okay, so obviously people cheat in boxing. So Devin knew going into the fight that Ryan may be cheating, right?
That don't mean in the contract. I'm pretty sure it was no
Sir,
PEDs
like
allowed.
I said,
Like, what do you
I'm
mean?
asking the questions.
That's what I'm saying.
Devin knew that there was a possibility he could have been cheating, right?
Duh. Any boxer knows that, bro.
There you go. So he knew the man could have been cheating, but yet he fought him anyway. That's
And he
assumption
got
of the
caught.
risk.
He
No,
got
it's
caught.
assumption of the risk.
Whatever, bro.
You
Have a good day.
dude, you assume. Listen, man. This is
Have
what
a good
happens
day,
in a
bro.
boxing
I'm
match.
done.
You're
I'm done,
done.
bro. I'm done.
Thank you, man. Be
Have a
done.
good day. Have a good day.
Yeah, you as well, man. Be blessed. Let me break this to you. If you go into a boxing match in a sport where people say 90% of people are on steroids and you're on tape saying you know that there are fighters on steroids that are just skipping, getting past tests. And if you hire somebody like Victor Conti to tell you exactly how people are testing, and you have VADA for testing, that means you know people could be cheating, which means that you assume the risk that they could have been cheating. You know that the man could be cheating, just like you know you could be getting hurt. No, it's a bitch move, man. What you want me to say? And yes, I was, and I'm telling you, that's what I think. 100%, that's what I think. I think if you put a kid in football and you know that your kid can get seriously hurt in football, and your kid gets hurt and seriously hurt in football, but you find out the kid had a trace amount of ostarine in his system, or he was 6 months older than the limit in which he should have played, and you don't, and you know that stuff goes on regularly, but yet you let him play. Come on, man. It's an unfortunate thing to happen, and the guy that did it deserves to be punished, but you don't get to sue for something you know damn well could happen. Or you could sue, but I'm not going to give you any money for it. Unless you want to encourage every parent in all of sport to be suing anytime somebody breaks any rule that you cannot directly connect to the harm. So nah, man, nah. Yeah, so you know why it's a crybaby move? Because it's a crybaby move in the law. Just like it's a crybaby move the way you all think about it. It's like, dude, hold on, man. You assume the risk. You said, I want to do this. I'm a warrior. I can get killed. Isn't that what you said? You said, don't criticize fighters because they can get killed in the ring. Yes. So you get punched and you call battery? No, I mean, what do you think somebody's supposed to think about that? You're literally saying I could die in the ring. But if you have anything in your system, oh, that's battery? Man, stop. Like that, like Devin suffered any more damage than fighters suffer every week. You can't even show that he actually suffered exceptional damage. Is he going to give medical reports that are going to say that he got hurt worse than he would have gotten hurt by those same punches if the ostarine wasn't there? What you want me to say? I see it. I'm sorry. I'll go back. Kamal said, after filing a lawsuit is Carnival Barker and snake oil salesman Bill Foolish Earthman Haney claiming he is 50-0 in the streets. Lawsuits are gangster. Look. What's up, Richard Paris? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Like, I don't know what you want me to say about that one. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, man, look. People, all you got to look is people that won fights because and somebody tested positive and got suspended after it. All these guys now are going to go suing anytime something like that happens. You'll shut the sport down because you waive your protection. You waive the protection of the sport. Where you allow somebody to assume the risk. And part of the risk is that somebody will cheat. Now, if somebody jumps in there with a gun, that's different. If somebody jumps in there with a bat and hits you, okay. But if somebody hits you with a low blow, if somebody has 0.6 nanograms of a substance that may or may not have had some impact on his weight, dude, loaded gloves. You guys don't want boxing. I'm just going to tell you, you don't want boxing. If you support this, you want boxing shut down. Because the risk for promoters and people that want to invest in fighting just goes through the roof. Oscar's suing the promoter. Bill's suing the promoter. Do you want boxing? I'm just wondering, does anybody raise your hand if you want the sport of boxing? I want the sport of boxing. But I know that if you can retroactively revoke your assumption of the risk based off of a minor technical violation that you expected, and then now people put on fights and they know full well that they can be sued because somebody got tested the day of the fight and they found out after the fight that they were dirty, but they're held responsible for putting on a fight where, according to everything that they knew, everybody was clean, including Devin and Bill and Ryan. When the fight actually took place, everybody thought everything was clean. You didn't know till afterwards. And he's suing the promoter like the promoter and Devin colluded. Like the promoter and Ryan colluded. Are you serious? Do you want boxing? I asked that as a serious question because guess what? If I'm somebody and I'm in a fight and somebody's glove pops or there's a violation of a rule that I see on tape, I'm going to sue them for battery. Dude, it'll ruin the sport. Now, I know you guys are not used to writing laws or writing rules or writing, period. But you have to think, if Devin Haney can successfully sue for battery for a violation of a New York State Athletic Commission rule, I don't care what the rule is, it's a violation of the New York State Athletic Commission rule, is the reason that Devin no longer wants to revoke his assumption of the risk and hold the promoter and Ryan for battery, unjust enrichment, and fraud. Even though Oscar De La Hoya didn't even know of the violation until after the fight took place, the battery in which he claims took place. This is ridiculous. In my opinion. You can't have boxing because David Avenetian needs to sue, absolutely needs to sue Terrence Crawford for him hitting him with them puffy ass gloves that exploded and knocking him out. Because that's a blatant violation of a rule to get hit with gloves that would have not been approved. But they did it. There's that battery. It's a better case for battery than Devin has. Isn't it? Because you can see the gloves blowing up. You see he didn't knock him out until the gloves broke up. You can see him hit him with the glove that was busted. And I can go on with lawsuits that should take place. If a judge like Adelaide Bird, who's hired by the commission, gets a scorecard wrong, you can sue Adelaide Bird for defamation. Why don't you sue her for defamation while you're at it? Are you guys serious? Man, just sit on that loss, man. Slander? Come on, man. Yeah, no, slander. I think liable is written down. Slander is written. Liable is written. Slander is spoken. Bald man, you are just so bitter against Devin. No, I'm bitter against stupidity, Sherry Barnett. You guys are buffoons, and you're going to ruin the sport because you act like babies, number one. And that baby shit is absolutely positively contagious. Okay? We already live in a society where everybody gets our participation trophy. Okay? Devin already got a do-over. He already got paid for the fight. He's saying that somebody got that Oscar De La Hoya got $1 million in damages, which is absolutely positively not true and irrelevant to whether or not Ryan battered him. So, like, you didn't even sue for what was it? Oh, that's unjust enrichment. That must be the unjust enrichment. Oscar De La Hoya doesn't get his own money back. Oscar De La Hoya has been enriched by being given back his own money. That's unjust enrichment because he didn't get paid the money, Bill. He got the money back. It was his money. The $1 million that he got was his money that Ryan had to forfeit. That's not damages. That is a forfeiture because the New York State Athletic Commission says you can't have this money. You have to give it back. That's part of your punishment. You can't earn any money. The money has to go back to the person that paid it. That's the only person they could possibly give it to. The state can't take it. There's no justification for the state taking it. The state gave their punishment. You're suspended and probably a fine, and a fine. But they're not going to, and then to say you can't earn any money. But if you can't earn any money, guess what? The money goes back to them. That's not damages. That's just saying, hey, it's a no contest. The fight didn't happen. Since the fight didn't happen and my promotion didn't get that win, I don't have to pay for something that didn't happen. So, but he has to pay Devin the money that Devin was supposed to get paid. So as long as Oscar De La Hoya paid Devin the money, Devin keeps his money. But that's not damages, Bill. It's not damages. That's you. That's Oscar getting his own money back. Y'all gonna sue Oscar for getting his own money back? I mean, am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing nothing. People like to say I'm missing something. I'm not missing nothing. That's Oscar's money. That's Golden Boy's money. That's the money he was paid in the purse bid. Now, if there was money due from the pay-per-views, you also have to forfeit that. Forfeit the payment of it. That's it. So it stays with the people that were paid it. You get your portion, he gets their portion. But guess what? There was no pay-per-view, so you don't get any of that. And there was nothing for Ryan to give back. So the only thing there was Oscar, who's about to fry your ass on Clapback Thursday. Because he's going to fry your ass on Clapback Thursday and say, that was my own money. Come on, Bill. Just because you got your ass whooped. Bill, just because you got your ass whooped doesn't mean that I had damages. I got my money back, Bill. It was my money. Because I paid for the fight and not Devin Haney Promotions. Because of Bill, if you had two pennies to rub against each other to buy for the fight, like I do, I'm Oscar, I'm rich, you would have owned the fight and you would have got the money back. But since you didn't put up any money, you don't get any money back. Clapback Thursday. He about to fry your ass on Clapback Thursday. He gonna fry y'all on cap. I'm gonna tell you right now, you just got that shit wide open on. Come on, throw it right down the pike. Bow. It's his own money. Hey, bro, let me ask you a question. If you go out to dinner with somebody, right, and you pay the check, right? Say you pay for the food, and you order a plate, the other two people order a plate. If one guy gets up the table and says, I don't want my food anymore, and so he can't have his food, and they say, no, you can't have the food, you got to get out, and they refund the money. Who do they refund the money to? Do you think the guy that didn't pay for shit eating a free meal gets a portion of the refund when he didn't pay for nothing? No. It's a guy that wrote the check that gets the refund. That's how it works. So Oscar got a refund when Ryan was not allowed to accept the payment. See, that's what they ordered. They said you cannot accept this money that was due to you. Well, where does it go? Well, you have to forfeit it back to the person that has it because we don't have the authority to confiscate his money. We'll get sued by Oscar De La Hoya if we don't give him his money back. Which is why I said it didn't mean anything, because Oscar will just give him the money back on the next fight. But you don't get the money. You don't get the money. That's not business. That's business. I'm talking business. You don't get the money. Anybody got any more business questions? We can do a business conversation here about why you don't get that money. And that's not that's not damages, because Oscar De La Hoya, damages are something that are awarded by a judge. The judge did not say that there was any damage given because there was no claim by Oscar. Oscar's just the guy that has to get his money back. That's it. Just like you're the guy that just so happened to be in the fight that got a loss turned to a no contest. New York State Athletic Commission's ruling is only related to Ryan. Sounds like good old common sense. Yeah, man, but you know. Thanks for clearing up. Yeah, it's silly. I think the whole idea is silly. I'm just being honest with you. You can go call a lawyer, though. Boxing Tether will call and argue you down about business. Man, look, bro. You should have heard that. Boxing Tether. Nah, that's boxing fluffer. Yeah. Ryan told you he was drained at 135. Hey, what's going on, Everlasting Williams? Martin, let me come on show. Oh, yeah, here you go. Yeah, come on, and you can go get him a wrench, Rick. Here you go. There you go. Oh, am I missing super chats? My bad. Hell yeah, I'm missing super chat because I'm on one. Bro, he did that video for me. Listen to this video. I'm going to show you this video. Here, I'm going to show you the video. Look, I'm telling you, this is about me. And I love you for it, Bill. You should say my name, though, Bill. Come on, man. Don't sneak diss me, man. Let me get some shine, dog. Let me get some shine. I need some shine, Bill, if you're going to do this to me. If you're going to do it to me, let him know it's me. Hold on one second. Let me let him on here real quick, but I don't want to forget. Oh, Marcus Bridges. Marcus Bridges, how can I help you?
What's up, Fanon? How you doing?
I'm well, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. But, man, I hate to break it to Devin because if they rematch, which I don't think it's going to happen, but if they do, he going to get like 80-20 split. He trying to sue him.
Oh, I mean, he who knows? Who knows? I think it should be a fair split between the two. It's a big fight for both of them. I think it's a 50-50 thing, me personally.
Yeah, it is. But if he sues him for $10 million, Ryan will be like, man, I need that money back. You trying to fuck
he
me?
ain't getting that. You ain't got to worry about that. I'm telling you, I don't think you got to worry about that, man.
Sucks for Ryan because if he knocks him out in the rematch, he's probably going to sue him for manslaughter.
Yep. Well, no, he actually have to die, but he may try to pull that off, though. But Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir.
You have a good day for now.
All right, man. You as well, man. Get back. Magic Mesa said, "This is a soft, weak, soft generation. Don't want boxing. They want drama." Dude, I think it's generational. This is generational. This is some super soft shit right here. Kamal, thoughts on Samson Leskovich and Samborov forcing the WBO issue with Crawford, going to purse bid and stating that they haven't heard from Bud? What? Thoughts on Samson Leskovich and some Fast and Pandora forcing the WBO issue with Crawford and going to purse bid and stating they haven't heard from Oh, I think that means I'm right. Is that true? If true, I got to say if true because I have not heard that. You know, you be breaking news, come on. It would tell you what I said. It's all a bunch of fronting and wasting people's time. That he said he's not going to fight at the weight class. So why are we wasting everybody's time trying to get him secondary titles and doing all of that if he said he's going to kick Canelo and that's it? So there you go. If he doesn't, and guess what? If he goes to purse bid, that's why they don't want it, because he gonna get snatched over PBC because Turkey can't purse bid. Turkey can't bid. Turkey ain't got the money to bid. I mean, he got the money to bid. He just ain't got the promotional license to bid. That's what I meant. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna look into that, dog. Mike Kirkland in the building said, "Hey, thanks, Mike. The Haney's looking soft in a gladiator sport. Just my opinion." Oh yeah, soft as baby boo boo. Soft as baby boo boo. Soft as baby boo boo. I've seen Diddy hugging Tank up and feeling him up. Yeah, okay. Is that what you saw? I saw two dudes having a hug. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Hey, watch this. Yeah, I saw Tank hugging Sean Combs and walking away. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Devin half naked in a tub full of Vaseline and baby oil with a bunch of sex workers. That's what it looked like. That's what people told me it was. So let me ask you a question, bro. Why are you trying to compare being half naked right next to him in a tub full of who knows what with a bunch of who knows who that are about to go do who knows what to somebody, giving somebody a what's up? And it's not even a hug. He dapped him. He didn't like a hug and pick him up. Puffy just tried to show how strong he was and muscle him. That's nothing but an ego boost from Puffy. That's nothing with Puffy. That was Puffy's ego with that shit. He just like, oh, you look at your little nigga. I'll pick you up. That's what that was. And you know what? The look on Tank's face was? It was, man, if you were not Puffy, I would knock you the fuck out. How you gonna pick me up off my feet, bro? If I pick your ass up off your feet, it's gonna be real ugly, huh? That's what he looked like. He wasn't half naked. Not even half naked. He wasn't 85% naked in a pool full of excretions and gel. Are you kidding me? Them HBCU ninjas? Yeah, hey, yeah, you ain't lying, dog. You right. I can't even lie about that. Morehouse? Woo, that's the Morehouse men. You got that right. Morehouse and Spelman specifically known for all of that. Man, you know how many do? Oh, my God. Could you imagine? Now, look, don't you go talking. Don't you go talking to Orlando, because you know damn well y'all down in Atlanta got at least 300,000 gallons of lubricant down in that damn city. Dog, y'all's lubricant per person ratio got to be 20-1. Bro, you live in Atlanta. The black man to lubricant bottle ratio has got to be through the roof, man. Okay. Don't you go talk about that. Boy, let me tell you something, man. Don't get me talking about Diddy, dog. I'm about to support Diddy, dog. I'm about to support Diddy, dog. I'm telling you. Y'all pushing me to support Diddy. I hate that I got to talk about this, but that's why I got it on MH Blackwell, man. I'm listening to y'all talk. I'm about to start defending Diddy, dog. I'm not going to defend what Diddy did because we'll see what Diddy actually did. Nah, dog, nah. Too many bitch niggas. I'm sorry. Dog, real recognize real, and too many suckers are talking, bro. Okay, you ever heard that saying? Game recognize game, real recognize real. Okay, I'm a whole bunch of these people looking real unfamiliar to me. It seems to me that you got some shady ass people saying some shady things happened. And I don't doubt that he did all that shady stuff because Puffy is shady. But the problem is, as I listen to more and more of it, the more I remember all these dudes are shady as hell too. I listened to Damon Dash of all people out there preaching like he was in the 90s and he would have never had anything to do with two people having sex. What? 3 people having sex in a mansion after hours in New York, the city that never sleeps and has been famous for parties going on till 6 o'clock in the morning at Studios 51. Are you kidding me? That's what New York was, man. And y'all just mad because he was the biggest slime ball in a pool of slime balls. Because I'm seriously listening to these dudes. Y'all some slime balls, bro. You telling me you was sitting right there? You was sitting right, man, please. I remember the people that came from the parties and they thought they were the shit for going to the parties. Waving in everybody's face that they went to the Diddy party. Glad about what they did at Diddy's party because they were getting Diddy shine. But oh no, now that the shine fades and the freaky nights fade, and you act like all the stuff that you all were on, that you didn't bring some with you. You act like y'all didn't bring some of that with you. Because I could have sworn all that shit you talking about was going on all over New York and all over where everyone was. Where was, I'm like, what? You go to jail for that? Everybody's going to jail. Like, are you serious? Hey, bro, if you accuse somebody of doing the things that he's accused of, accuse him of that. If you're going to accuse him of murder, accuse him of murder. If you accuse him of diddying with kids, accuse him of diddying with kids. Okay? That's not what he's on. That's not what he's going to court for, bro. And I hear a lot of that talk, but that's not even what he's going to court for. So I'm just saying, bro. I know LA dudes, bro. Dude, they ain't innocent in this, dog. Dude, dog, Suge Knight is not innocent. Are you kidding me? Suge Knight talking about somebody and Dr. Dre beat a woman up in the bathroom like they stole something? Are you kidding me? What you saw with Cassie is exactly what them niggas was doing in LA. What are you talking about? They used to bop chicks all over the place. Hey, you kidding me? That was the culture of slapping them. And you're going to talk about him? Nah, bro. I'm not buying it, dog. Chi-Town. I remember this ain't nothing but a LA, New York battle. And Puffy's falling off in New York. So cats in New York are going at him for some shit he did. But man, get on up out of here, bro. Hey, Fanon, do you know how locals in San Antonio pronounce? Nah. Bayer County? Is it Bayer? Is that Bayer? I don't know. How do you pronounce that? So nah, dog, I listened to the background, bro. They forced Puffy into being a gangster. Once I heard that Puffy didn't have a crew until after there was issues with Cali dudes, then he got that dude who was from whatever his name is, from Brooklyn, whatever that dude is, Brooklyn dude's name. I was like, oh, okay. This dude was probably a straight up and down college student. And then he got caught up in that stuff because them dudes in LA were real gangsters, bro. I didn't know I didn't know that Puffy really was one. So it surprised me that Puffy is one when I knew that Puffy wasn't one then. Wolf, yeah. So basically what happened is, nah, dog, I ain't buying all that, dude. I know LA dudes, bro. Nah, I ain't buying. Like, I'll buy that he did the stuff, but man, dude, I don't like the messenger, bro. I'm honest. I'm being honest. I don't like the messenger of this. Because I'm like, these dudes, Dr. Dre, bro, that's why I don't like him. That's the number one reason I don't like Dr. Dre. And I don't like Dr. Dre. I didn't like Dr. Dre. I didn't like Eazy-E. I didn't like him. Bro, because I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And they will definitely talk about what they're going to do to a hoe and a bitch. I never liked that, bro. And they said that stuff about when he had that problem with, what's that civil rights icon they had a problem with? But anyway, nah. Suge tried to extort him and got him some real gangsters to protect him. Yeah. Yeah, he got some real, because that's what you'd have to do. And y'all blaming this dude for all these deaths? I'm like, man, dude, what's the chances that this dude is really killing all these people? I'm like, you got this dude as a serial killer. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but y'all talking about Puffy like he's a serial killer. Puffy don't strike me as a serial killer, dog. I'm sorry. Puffy strikes me as an arrogant asshole who works really, 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 really hard. But a serial killer? No. He don't strike me like that, bro. No. Y'all putting a lot of extra cheese on this. Now, there's a lot to it, I'm sure, but y'all putting some extra cheese on that dude, bro. R. Kelly, haha. No, I'm just saying. I mean, dude, I don't fuck with New York dudes. I mean, I like New York, don't get me wrong. I'm the same age as these dudes. So this is my same generation. They're all around the same age, bro. I know what type of dudes those guys are. I was out east. I'm from the Midwest. I was in the South. I went to school out east. I never really was out west. But bro, I've been around Cali dudes. I mean, dude, when these dudes get they leave their city and they with them gang cliques, oh, they serious about that real clicky shit out of California. I don't know, man. I know you've seen it, but Marzi, that's a false choice. I'm telling you, I know Diddy does that stuff. I know he does. I mean, I don't doubt. Let me tell you, dude, I don't doubt at all that he does it. Dude, Casey and JoJo would come down to DC. Dude, let me tell you something, man. These dudes would be zooted. No, these guys, man, look, that's just, anyway, y'all think this is just what they did, bro. I'm not saying anybody's good in this. I'm just saying that that's the entertainment industry. And a lot of those people not everybody's doing it, but the people that are not partying, like, you're partying with a dude that's famous, that's offering you drugs. You're taking the drugs. You stay there a long time where people start having sex. Bro, there's a bunch of people during the 90s that had sex like we're having group sex. We're having group sex. We're having, same sex. They were having threesomes. That stuff, it's in the music. It was all in the music. And all that stuff started when people started getting real nasty about stuff in the 80s with like Luke. Dog, how you going to have Luke, of all people, Luke Skywalker or Uncle, whatever y'all call him, Uncle Luke? How's he going to be talking about somebody being immoral? It's like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Dude, they was all doing that stuff before I'd ever heard of Puffy. The people older than us were doing it. So it's like, how you going to put this like Puffy? No, dude, dude in New York City in the 90s, you could just walk down the street, open a door, and there was a party. The dude, and here's the thing too. I don't really see the connection yet between what he's doing in his business enterprise. I don't yet see the connection between the two. Like, yeah, okay. He was doing drugs. He was having, he was getting freaky deaky. What's that got to do with an organized crime? Where's the nexus between him doing that and his actual business where he earned money? If you're saying, I mean, unless you're saying that he made people sign contracts because he had it, that's extortion. But if they already had the contract and you guys are just at a house getting kinky, and you can't prove that getting kinky is why you got the song did well. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of stuff to this. And I see everybody really bowling over this guy, man. And I'm like, I don't like the dude. I've never really liked Puff. I mean, I'm not. All right, let me say this. I never liked dudes like Puffy. I don't know Puffy, but I never really liked dudes like Puffy or that whole crowd of people that think that you want to be famous and they want to be the hot person in the room. I've always just been like, you ain't got to, I mean, that's them dudes, just their egos and all that elite. They think they're elite. They're just regular ass people that may have some nice liquor in the house with them or, have a nice house. But their mentality, and it's a lot of them really do think they're super elite. And they want to stay elite. But they putting it all on him? No. And all these people in New York, no, that shit has a lot to do with these dudes out in L.A. I'm telling you. Y'all ain't see what 50 said about them deals? Yeah, dog, I saw what he said. Man, he's an interested party. Shout out to 50 Cent. But 50 Cent is also somebody that's a rival of Puffy's. It's a rival. Flying sex workers out of state and traveling all. Let me tell you something. All y'all going to jail if that shit's illegal. You got to tell you how they define sex workers, bro. They're defining some of these people that are voluntary as a sex worker. And also, let me tell you, man, you need to be careful because that's what they put Jack Johnson in jail for. This same thing, the violation of the Sherman Act. The violation of the Sherman Act has been used often to derail black entertainers for doing stuff across state lines, taking somebody across line for immoral purposes. It's the same thing. Justin messed up because of his parents. Nah, I mean, I don't know the dude. He seems real guilty of being a kinky dude, but I'm trying to figure out where this is that I want to know what the criminal enterprise is. I'm still waiting to hear the criminal enterprise part. Anyway, here's you said all these Instagram baddies y'all purchasing in they DMs, flying them out. That's illegal too. Yeah, it's exactly what that is. It's exactly what that is. Dude, by that, you could pay for your girlfriend to come across town to cross state lines to smoke weed. That's illegal purposes. Dude, there's a law. They can snatch you off anything. That's just, I'm just telling you. I'm rocking with New York on this. I think he deserves a fair trial. I do. Because I think that there's a lot of people benefiting off this man's destruction right now. Fanon, they said he used his power in the industry to coerce people to comply. Have you heard anybody? Well, then great. Show me the evidence of it. Show me the evidence of it. Of the illegal activity specifically for the purposes of his business. In a systematic fashion. But if they show me the evidence, show me the evidence. I haven't seen the evidence yet. I'm telling you, I haven't seen it. Beating up Cassie, and that's terrible. That's not connected to the business. That's him just being violent. And that's just him being a woman beater, which is terrible. But that's not related to his business. Yeah, a lot of evidence. I'm sure it will, but I just got to see it, Jay. I'm going to tell you that's my take on it. I'm going to be fair with it because I'm watching everything going on. You wouldn't let your 15-year-old hang out with older dudes? Hell no, I wouldn't let him hang out with any of y'all. There ain't nobody in this chat I would let my 15-year-old daughter hang out with. None of y'all. I wouldn't let none of y'all hang out with my 23-year-old daughter. Kidding me? One lawyer came out yesterday that the black market tapes are circulating and they are big, and there is bigger people than Puff in those sex acts? Yeah. Oh yeah, I think you're gonna catch who's bigger than Puff? You're gonna get Mark Wahlberg. You're gonna get some cats out of New York, bro. You're gonna get some people out of New York for sure, out of New York and out of LA. Oh, okay, Lone Wolf. Okay. The feds don't pick you up for nothing. No doubt. Yeah. They don't pick you up for nothing. And they probably gonna get them, but I still need to see it. I still need to see it. And I'm not saying he's innocent. He very well may be guilty. All I'm saying, he looks like he is guilty. What I'm telling you is, I think there's something going on with New York City and Donald Trump. And y'all fucking with Kamala is going to get y'all in jail. I'm telling you right now. Y'all New York Negroes better zip y'all lips about Kamala. Kamala get this election. He ain't going to be the first one. He ain't going to be the last one indicted playing with Kamala. You heard Kamala was listening to Tupac in college. They don't say that on accident. She don't appreciate y'all messing with Tupac. Yeah, I got you, Tracy Harris. That's why I'm telling you. I don't do all of that. I can't do all of that, man. I'm gonna let y'all do all of that railroading people shit. I'm not in the business of railroading, man. So anyway, are people gonna click the link today? It will. Kamala, for locking up. Yeah, she about to get a lot. Oh yeah, half of New York gonna be in jail. But y'all was criminals anyway. Y'all were bragging about being criminals. That was everything. I'm a criminal. Don't you remember? You are. Let me tell you what we learned. You guys celebrate these guys. I have to tell you. Okay, here, man. It's tough on a responsible black man. Okay? Let me listen to y'all black women. And I'm talking to y'all pretty black women. Here's the problem. And all y'all black women are pretty. Here's the problem. Y'all celebrate bums with a lot of money. You really do. Bums with a lot of money. You know full well these people ain't no good people. And the things y'all doing, that these guys are doing are foul. But those are the ones that you celebrate. It was that generation telling these men, I need a, what did Beyonce say? What's that dumb shit? Who was the woman that was singing? I need a gangster this. What was it? Y'all didn't want a dude that was a square. Y'all didn't want a dude that was a square. Y'all ran around at them parties trying to compete with being the coolest girl. I remember it. Y'all used to be at the beach with who was going to be the one that was going to be out there with no top on. They could show that she was hip. Laying on the beach with no top on. Man, I remember some very famous people in college. Man, they walked around with you. Bro, you could, first time I ever saw a woman ever with see-through shirt. And one of my favorite people, man, I'm telling you, I'm a huge fucking fan of Ananda Lewis. The first time I saw Ananda Lewis had a see-through shirt on. The first time I ever saw her face, I saw her nipples at the same time. And I was like, how in the hell is this not going to be sexualized? Exactly. Like, am I not supposed to, come on, not, man, the freak Nick is whatever, bro. The freak Nick is so overrated. Yeah, I remember the freak Nick. Dude, let me tell you something, man. It was the freak life. These people ain't freak nicking, they freak lifing. Okay, yeah. She stood, she stood and oh my God. I was like, hell yeah. Oh God. Let me tell you something. Amanda Lewis was bad chick. But that was the crowd. And I'm telling you, they were super, and I'm not saying this about her because clearly she, was an example of somebody that was there at that time. And she's the nicest person in the world. She really is, nicest person in the world. The people around her were so star focused and so like we're the elite of the elite focused because she was kind of in it because she's just so damn pretty. And that's just kind of who she was. But the people around her, oh, dog. Soon as she got halfway famous, they were roped themselves off in the velvet rope. The velvet rope crew. The people that thought, oh, I don't even need to be at a party unless I'm behind a velvet rope. Like that type of crowd. Yeah, man, that's who these people are that you're talking about. People that were like, it's not HBCU ninjas. These are people that went to fucking Harvard and Yale, Georgia. No, I'm talking about the people. Man, please, these people didn't all go to black schools. You had one or two of these guys going to black schools. Most of these people were going to NY. Most of the people went to NYU, St. John's, stuff like that. Most of those people were not going to HBCUs that we're talking about. The ones that really did shit, a couple of the ones, Dame Dash didn't go to no damn HBCU. Puffy didn't go to HBCUs. Dre didn't. You think Dr. Dre went to an HBCU? The only reason that I know about it is because the people that did the books are people that went to HBCUs. Yeah, I need a roughneck and stupid shit like that. Encourage these people to do this dumb shit. Was it me, Lewis, on Team Summit? Oh, no. I'm not saying it was you. I'm just saying that's the culture. They really think that they're elite. These stars think they're elite. You think that they're elite, and they think they're elite. The people before them they thought were elite. That means better than you. So you have a bunch of people that have to be in that room to be considered better than everybody. And all Diddy seems as he did is he organized it. And he recorded it. And he's smart to record it too. That's crazy. Even the recording of it is smart. That's the thing I'm interested in. I'm going to be like, why is it recorded? And he's like, so don't nobody claim I raped him. I'm telling you, what if he said this? Everybody know that I was recorded, and I recorded so that you guys could never say that I raped somebody. You're being recorded. If you came at a party in my house, I would record everything. I would. Because you're not going to claim some shit went on that I don't know went on. And I'm going to have your ass sign in when you walk in the door. Puffy should be recording all y'all Negroes. Otherwise, they're going to call rape. I'm telling you, Puffy got some room on y'all bastards. Y'all think Puff is dead. Puff ain't dead, bro. Puff ain't dead, bro. And yeah, I'm just telling you. Anything that is recorded in my property, I'm telling you, I told everybody that was being recorded. And it is recorded, so none of you said I did anything on my property. That's why it's recorded. You think I'm doing it to be kinky? No. These people want to have sex in my house. I'm not telling them to have sex in my house. The video getting demonetized, I'm all right. I'm not doing anything worthy of being demonetized. I'm just telling you, you got to look at things from two sides. You got to look at it from the position of the guy that's famous in the room and the protection of people that are famous from people that are in there trying to set people up. So I'm just telling you, I'm not taking a bunch of LA niggas that didn't like him word for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not doing it. So if you give me as soon as you give me the information, then I'll make up my mind. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. The recordings don't mean anything to me right now because he's obvious. I'll record you. You should. I got motion sensor cameras because my lizard may escape. Why are you recording everything in the house? Because I have lizards in the house. So, number one, I have security issues because I don't want anybody to claim anything. Also, I got lizards in the house, and sometimes they escape, and I got to find them. Also, people steal shit, and I want to make sure somebody steals it. I know that they got my property, and I want to know who took my shit. That's why I record everything in my house. Somebody stole my tapes. I didn't circulate these tapes. Somebody stole my tapes, and they want to sell them. I wasn't selling tapes. This is my security footage from my boat. Even when Little John dude is talking about dude right there, oh, it's on tape. Bro, everybody's on tape. Everybody knows it's on tape. So what y'all talking about? I'm telling you, y'all think it's a fucking slam dunk. I don't think it's a slam dunk, bro. The tapes, I'm recording all y'all. I'm so happy that I'm on YouTube saying what I'm saying because all this shit is recorded. Everything I'm saying is recorded. And what do? You go back and you look at the recording. You said this, you said that. What if a girl says, oh, Puffy did this? Well, okay. That's why you got the tape of him doing that to Cassie, but it's on tape. And he tried to get rid of a tape, but that's not his tape. That's the hotel's tape. That, though, honestly, she took the money already. She took the money. I'm telling you, my lizards. I'm telling you the truth. I got a lizard in the house on the loose right now because it jumped out. It jumped out of the cage. If you have a bunch of lizards, you have to have cameras so you can find that dang lizard if that lizard gets out. Or if you have snakes, you need a camera. Or if you're a millionaire, you need a camera. Or if you got like $100,000 worth of furnishings in your house, you need a camera. Or if you got a bunch of thoughts in your house who are going to try to sue you and claim all kind of shit while they steal something from you and they try to get you over, you need cameras for them too. I'm telling you, I can beat y'all in a debate about Puffy. I don't even like Puffy, bro, but y'all just come on now. Overkill, YouTube, overkill. I'm just telling you. Can somebody explain to me why you would not, like that dumbass dude that just called me and asked me, why wouldn't you sue? Well, let me ask you a question. Why wouldn't you tape it? Why wouldn't you tape it? If you're Puffy, why wouldn't you? You'd be stupid not to. For your own protection of your property and your reputation. And he never hid the fact that they were doing freaky shit. He's doing freaky shit in front of the whole world. But y'all acting surprised now? We didn't know about these parties. Yeah, you did. Because you was at them. Or you wanted to be at them because of the same reason that the people were actually at them. Like I said, man, I'll get off this topic, but I ain't trying to hear all that hypocrisy from dudes in the 90s who are a bunch of thugs, okay, who, without a doubt, were beating people up. And that's the reason why they got hired in the first place, because they were good at beating people up. Spare me, bro. Dog, HBCUs, no, man. I'm talking about New York City, man. New York City and LA. I'm from Chicago, where we act like we got sense, bro. We don't have celebrities, bro, in Chicago like that. Chicago was not involved in all of that East Coast, West Coast dumb shit. We just weren't in that. We catching strays, though. He's been telling y'all to take that. Yeah, he did. It's not freaky. It's effing minors, aka the P word. Oh, what is that? Hold on, man. What up, man? Bro, you're gonna have to stop insulting HBCUs, bro. Chicago in it now, though. Chicago's in it for real? Oh, yeah, Chicago's in it now. Yep. Chicago is in it now. Y'all better stay out of that with Chicago. Oprah is not from Chicago. Oprah's a fraud. Oprah is not from Chicago. Oprah got a job in Chicago, and I wish she would have never been hired. Never liked Oprah. Always been a scumbag in my book. Never liked Oprah. Started off by lying on people, bro. I'm telling you. Started off spreading mud on people, man. Like the first time I ever heard her, I was like, what is this shit? She did a story about my ex-girlfriend. And I was like, she did a story about, watch this. She did a story for a girl. This is how irresponsible fucking Oprah Winfrey is. And this is something that happened to me. This is how raggedy Oprah Winfrey is. When Oprah Winfrey came to Chicago, there was a girl that went on her show. And her name was Corey. Corey was from a town that was close to me. And Corey had a bad relationship with a dude she dated. The dude she dated, his name was, I'm not going to say his whole name, but say it was Chris, right? I knew Chris. Chris knew me. I used to date the girl. After I stopped dating the girl, he started dating the girl, right? So most of the people that knew me, that knew me, remember that I dated her. They didn't know that he dated her because he's from Maywood and I'm from another area, but I know him. So this chick puts the girl on her show to talk about the abuse she suffered at the hands of her boyfriend. But they never mentioned who the boyfriend was. So I'm sitting there watching Oprah Winfrey on television talk about my ex-girlfriend getting beat up by her ex-boyfriend. With her never saying anything about who the ex-boyfriend was she was talking about. So people up on me like, what? I'm like, man, I'm saying she's talking about that dude. Man, that's what I'm telling you, man. Y'all, like, she's reckless, bro. She's reckless. Didn't think for a second that the girl could have more than one ex-boyfriend. Like, that's why I don't trust these people for nothing. She didn't think for a second that there could be more than one ex. Oprah, she has more than one ex-boyfriend, you jerk. So sent everybody else. Thought I had it. Man, everybody know me. Know I didn't touch nobody. That I wouldn't touch anybody. So anyway, but everybody knew, people were like, oh, they're talking about him. Yeah, talking about him. But anyway, I wouldn't even take her word for it that the girl I wouldn't even take her word for it that shit even happened. She just took her word for the shit. He ain't had no reputation doing that to anybody else. Even though he was a dope dealer. He was definitely that. But anyway, how do you know the Diddy's? That's what I'm saying. We'll see. If you get people on the tapes and they say, look, man, yeah, that was me on the tape. Did he coerce you to do anything? No. I was just partying. It was New York. Hell yeah, that was reckless of Oprah. That's how I can't stand Oprah. I don't like Oprah, and I do not like, and I don't like Steve Harvey. I don't like either one of them. I think Steve Harvey's a terrible person. I can't say he's a terrible person, but like I said, these people that you consider elite think they're elite. And that's a problem when you're dealing with them. So, nah, man, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the famous. OG Wrench Victor. Victor who? Kamal said, oh, yeah. My dad got his BS from Morehouse. Don't hate. Oh, you know what it is. Oh, they all hate. Nah, Steve Harvey's just a jerk, man. Like a jerk. That dude can. He's a comedian that can insult you but can't take an insult. That's my observation of. I've been around Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is just very, very arrogant. Like very, very arrogant. Definitely thinks he's next level. And then I also had a friend of him that got cussed out by him on the radio one time. And I listened to Steve Harvey do it. And I was like, Steve, you said much worse about people every day, every time you've ever been on stage. You've said something worse about somebody than what he said to you. But this dude didn't, and he didn't even jump. He didn't even go to just, like cracking jokes back. He just started threatening the guy, and like how he was going to beat him up and what he was going to do. So I'm like, dude, what? You're a comedian, and you respond to somebody heckling you somebody heckles you. You're a comedian, and you don't respond with a joke. You respond with a threat of violence? Are you serious? That's Steve Harvey. Like, what kind of shit is that? You make fun of people for a living. But you can't take a joke? Even if it's a tacky joke, and you go to threats? That dude I knew he was a fake then. Yeah, but his first radio job was in Chicago on WGCI. His first thing was on WGCI in Chicago in the 90s. Why are you mad, Toya? Yeah, I don't like Steve, man. I'm telling you, I don't like any of those famous people. I don't. It should put something extra on those people, man. I'm telling you. Even the people that I know that I would say, I don't think dude's famous. Like, they're not famous, but they are like, whenever somebody's getting accolades or awards, they kind of put their best face on and they kind of feel like they're on stage because they are. Hey, I'm well, Toya. How are you? Nah, he's not from Chicago. He's from Cleveland. You smell Ohio on his ass. He ain't from Chicago. No, he is not. It ain't no smell from Chicago. I'm just telling you, generally speaking, dude, these New York dudes are more like, not the dudes in New York, but people that leave New York. There's just an arrogance about New York that is. I'm telling you, man, if you hang out up there, you'll be. Oh, I think I told you that story. If you hang around those people, oh my God, man, your ego will go. I'm telling you, your attitude will just by default, you'll become super snotty. No joke. You can't help it. I don't think I've met anybody from Chicago that did business in New York and was like, these dudes are not assholes. Because they just think they're better than you, man. I'm telling you, though, they think the whole world is New York. Chicago, dude, it's too cold to have a smell, bro. Hey, Fahim, all that smell gets canceled out. Once the weather gets to 20 degrees and below, you ain't smelling nothing. Okay? Believe that. Believe that. It don't stink like New York, though. New York smell like, decades old urine and dead rats up on them streets out of them gutters. But that's because it's just so old. Facts, man. I forgot about that part. Yeah, you ain't smelling nothing for half the year in Chicago. All that odor gets canceled. It's dog. No, dude. No, it's delusion, Andy. I'm telling you, it's delusion. Andy Gill, no, it's delusion. New York dudes are delusional. They're delusional. They're delusional. And they spread, and their delusion is contagious. I'm telling you. Hollywood's delusion is contagious. Dude, that's all Star is. That's all, listen, all celebrity is a delusion that everybody thinks they know you, and you think everybody gives a shit about, you think everybody else gives a shit about you. That's the delusion. It's a delusion. You don't know those people. You've never met them. You've never seen them. It's just a TV screen. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter how big your house is, man. You can only shit on one toilet at the same time, bro. I guarantee you. You go to any of these people's toilets, it's just going to be about this wide. I'm telling you, you can go get you some crystal glasses, the finest crystal glasses with the finest vodka, the most overpriced vodka in the world. That shit tastes just like vodka in a glass. Okay? There's nothing that they have that distinguishes itself that much from what other people have, man. And unless you're there, you don't get the reality. You don't see. Because everybody's trying to climb and struggle to get there. But when you get there, you realize you didn't really go anywhere. It's a delusion. I'm telling you, fame is a delusion. It's a delusion. And the desire for fame is a desire for the delusional. And it never ends well for anybody. Nobody that is famous gets tremendously famous. Do they really feel like they got anything out of the deal? You know what I'm saying? They don't like people anymore because they can't go outside. Anything and everything that they say is flipped over 15 different ways. Bro, that shit is like, dude, most people that know who you are don't like you, don't know you. So it's not even a good situation to be in. So, you know what I'm saying? Dude, let me tell you, man, it doesn't matter, bro. If you're happy, anywhere you're happy, you're happy. Let me give you a lesson on metaphysics for our $10 super chat. I need to treat this like TikTok or something. TikTok. Let me do something to entertain y'all and give y'all some knowledge real quick. Like you, Fanon, and most people who know don't like you. That's why your channel's dying. No, my channel's doing very, very well, Real Talk Boxing. My channel is actually in the 0.28% of the largest YouTube channels ever, and I really am doing very, very well, man. I'd appreciate you if you'd fuck off. My channel is actually doing very well, considering most people can't get any views at all right now because there's nothing going on in the sport. Can somebody throw him out? No, my channel is actually doing very, very well. Thanks for asking. Private chat. What was in the private chat? This nigga said he's in bed. Debo. I love my judges. Love the air. Oh, I love my. Who are you talking about? New York? Yeah, y'all so arrogant, man. It's crazy. Y'all too arrogant, man. I mean, y'all don't even really have a reason to do it either. Like, you arrogant for no real reason. For real. You're like arrogant for no reason. Throw him out, though. Oh, yeah. Go and get up out of here, though. It's not like they think it's special. It's the mecca of business and fashion. No, it's not. Everything comes through New York. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. Because everything's already here. Andy Gill. This is the thing. See, no, not everything does go through there. Because there's a lot of people that have never gone there and they didn't come through there. They don't give a shit that textiles come in from the Atlantic Ocean Okay, that's the Atlantic Ocean that does that, not New York City. Okay, so what? You're a port. Whoop-de-fucking do. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a port, you get to be arrogant because because you have a port. No. All the fly shit comes out of New York, yeah. Because that dumbass word fly. Y'all are always trying to coin a phrase or something. Man, what's that dude's name? Dame Dash. Dame Dash ass sitting up there talking about I'm the one that made up pause. He has a pause button. Pause, pause, pause. Bro, that's corny. No, and most of the corny shit comes out too. All the fly shit and 99% of the corny shit comes out of New York City too. How about that? Yeah. How about all the corny shit comes out of there too? Because guess what? The name Diddy is corny. Puff Daddy, corny. Pause, corny. Pause, corny. Straight corny. You can't tell me saying pause every 15 seconds ain't corny. Why is there a 55-year-old man bragging about making a freaking button to say pause every time you say something that could be sexual? I'm the man that invented pause. Man, if you do not get out of my face with that. Look, bro. LA dudes, look, man. You offend my arrogance. Let me put it that way. Y'all offend my arrogance, bro. I like Chicago arrogance. Chicago arrogance is kind of like you just know what you are. That's what you are. You may talk a little shit, but a little bit. But everybody knows New York is a bigger city than Chicago. We ain't really tripping on that. We ain't got to be the best at everything. Yeah, they got a bigger city, but dude, you're not that damn big, man. So what? Whoop-de-fucking do. Like, for real, like all the Madison Square Garden, the legendary, man, y'all don't kick rocks, bro. I can call pause corny. Is global like it or not? Yeah, that shit is globally corny. Yeah, there's a lot of global corny shit. Y'all are corny as hell. Okay. Yeah, whatever, dog. Y'all are corny as hell. Yeah, you got Diddy too. You got Diddy, bro. Yes, no, I don't sound like I'm giving you your credit. I'm just telling you, bro, just because you're from New York, bro. Look, let me break this to you fucking dummies. Look, just because you're from New York doesn't mean you're live. Okay? You look. All right, here, let me say it like this. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you like this. All right. I don't care. Most people from New York are like everybody else. Whack. Okay? Let me use your word. Whack. All right? Most people around you in New York are full of shit because people in New York will say everybody in New York full of shit. That's because generally just people all over the place are full of shit. Okay? That's what every place is. You're not some next level people, bro, because you're from New York. Okay? Just period. I'm not a next level dude because I'm from Chicago or somebody's from New Orleans. It doesn't work like that, bro. You don't get to say Brooklyn and have everybody start shaking in the boots because you said Brooklyn. Dog, we're in Chicago, bro. Not everybody's shaking in their boots in Chicago when you say O Block. Okay? You say O Block. I've been in Chicago. I had to, what is O Block? Oh, that's O Block. Dog, come on, man. They got police that will drive through that neighborhood every day. Don't worry about it. O Block ain't getting up into Hyde Park, bro. They're not tripping like that. Man, whatever, bro. At least we ain't got judges drowning in rain puddles. Yeah, you know it. Dude, they set your trends. They don't set my trends. What do you mean? New York does not set my trends. New York sets your trends. There's no trend that New York set with me. None. I'm telling you. Because if I see something coming out of New York, I'm like, oh, they selling some more bullshit on people. Oh, they trying to sell me some skippity doodah shit. Okay, I buy the rap though. I buy from New York. I buy from New York what New York produces that I like. Cheesecake and lyricists. That's it. That's what I need New York for. Okay? I need y'all for cheesecake and lyricists. Other than that, we don't need it. We got plenty of people down south that can make beats. Okay? We got plenty of other cities that can stink. Oh, I'm sorry. We need Broadway. Oh, in Broadway. Hey, our mayor did not get reelected because she was a mad stud. Hey, Fahim said, why y'all mayor look like a mad stud? Because she was a mad stud. What you talking about? Our studs will beat the shit out y'all studs. Our studs will whoop y'all studs. What? You don't think we got, man? Shout out to the Chi-Town studs. She looked like a mad stud because she is a mad stud. What's wrong with a Chicago stud? I rocks with Chicago studs. Shout out to all the Chicago studs out there. They will whoop your ass. Of course she was butch. Of course. I ain't got no problem with that. So what? She is what she is. Oh, Parkway. O Block, a.k.a. Parkway Gardens. Okay, thank you. It's Parkway Gardens. Okay. Now that makes sense to me. Parkway Gardens. That makes sense to me. Because I'm like, where the hell is that? I didn't know what it was. You New York dudes. Hey, for real. I need your Broadway. I add cheesecake. I do need that price you guys got for steaks. Oh, New York City, man. You can get some meal in New York City that is a good meal for a great price. I did not know that you could get a steak that good for that money. I couldn't believe it. I was like, New York really has something that blew my mind. Besides the parties you can walk into like that. Besides the Diddy parties that have been around for a long time. That y'all been bragging about forever. Anyway, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, dog. The food, hey man, I gotta no. Look, the studs in Louisiana are just guys with that's Atlanta. Anyway, man, come on, somebody. I'm gonna get off of here, man. Y'all ain't trying to talk to me today, bro. Prettiest women, Louisiana. Homegrown, Louisiana or Miami, depending on what you're talking about. I haven't been to LA. I'm sure there's a lot in LA too. But I'm partial to the Creole. I gotta just telling you. I'm partial to Louisiana. It's different food, Andy Gill. It's different food, but the Louisiana food is better than New York food. New York, you just get good basic food there that everybody has. Easiest women, New York City. New York City got the easiest women. Easy. For sure, New York City. That's why I can't believe y'all acting like that about Puffy. You what why? Yeah, Andy Gill, somebody's about to kick you out, bro. I don't know why, but I think you're about to get the boot. Chinese food, nah, New York is like that, bro. Yeah, I love crazy. Creole equals crazy. I love crazy. I've always loved crazy women. Love crazy women. Yes. Why would you not want a crazy woman? Gotta have. My wife ain't crazy though. My wife is very, very stable. But she was the exception to the rule, believe it. Everybody else, crazy. One of the main reasons she separated herself from everybody else, mental stability. She's a great person. Yeah, I'm glad I passed on crazy. Yeah, it was a great decision to pass on crazy. But still, best athletes of what? Best athletes? Athletes. I mean, I can't say the state of Texas. I don't know who got the best athletes of states. Oh, Fanon, Andy goes from Brooklyn. Oh, okay, yeah. Now, Brooklyn, for real, you can keep that whole place. I don't see no reason to go to Brooklyn. Jay said, me too. My wife is Creole. She's my last three been throwed. What has that been throwed? My last three been throwed? I don't understand last three. You got just about every food in New York. It's a melting pot. New York's a great city, King Fire. Don't. I'm playing about New York. I know New York's a great city. I know it is. Really, it is. New York, for real. You get treated with class in New York at some of them restaurants. Even way out on Long Island. Way out on Long Island. Nah. Well, I mean, yeah, but who cares? I'm not tripping, bro. About all that. New York is a great place. It's just not that much better than anywhere else, man. That's all I'm saying. You can have fun everywhere. And you can have a good life everywhere. And New York is a nice place to be. I love New York. I do. But, no, I do. Atlanta's a really good place too. That's why I like the United States. We got a lot of good cities you can go and have a good time. And there's really not that much difference between any of them. Really. There's not that much difference. We can focus on what the differences are, but there's really not that much difference, actually. Hey, look. Yeah, it's really not that much difference. It's all American cities with American people and just slight variations. But New York is a great place. I don't want anybody from New York to think that I really don't like New York. I really do I love New York. And I'm serious, it is exceptional in a lot of ways. Give me a second. I got to get to these super chats real fast. Thank you for the support on the super chat. Mr. Rod, hey, Bird 101 with the $3 holler. Thank you. What did Devin lie on Oscar about, saying that they got $1 million in damages? That is a story. Oscar De La Hoya did not get $1 million in damages. Did not happen. And here's what I'll tell you. I'll tell you what this is. Listen, here you go. Let's get there. I'm sorry. I meant to do this a while ago. I knew I would forget to do it, though. Once I don't sue. All right. Give me a second. I thought somebody heard somebody. Oh, Phoenix. Hey, hold on, Phoenix. All right, so this is what I'm talking about.
Don't let this go over your head. Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions were awarded $1 million for damages for the fight Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia on April the 20th. I asked one question is why would Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions receive $1 million in damages? What damages did they occur? For that, Devin Haney Promotions and me, we thankful to Devin Haney and stepping up and allowing us to do our job with Devin Haney Promotions and sue the entire outfit. So with that saying, the suit stands, and Hall of Fame promoter Bob Arum, I'm ashamed that you as an attorney also would advise that fighters don't sue. I mean, haven't you been sued before? Marvin Hagler, Terrence Crawford, so lawsuits are part of business. Welcome to boxing and the Devin Haney era.
All right. So that's what he said. And let me assure you, that's bananas. What's up? Hey, I'm going to let UN2 send up here for a second, let y'all cook. I'll be right back, all right?
All right. Yeah, I got a few minutes. So yeah, man, like that whole thing with Bill, that's sad. Like for him to ask what makes Golden Boy feel like they could ask for that? Like, did he not remember who was promoting the fight? Like who put up the money for it?
I
Like
was I
it
was
was
getting up here to ask Sonan about that because I thought that was strange when he came out and said that, and I'm like, what does he mean? Like, what is he talking about?
Oh, let me tell you what he means.
Didn't they put on the fight? So wouldn't they have suffered the damages? Like,
no, that's not even. See, no. Listen to this. All right, so I'm gonna do this, but okay. So there are no damages. What he said right here, this is just wrong. Like, there's just no other way to say it than wrong. It's just wrong. Okay,
yeah, because
so
Golden Boy wasn't paid for damages. It was for the whatever happened with Ryan's deal with the
yeah.
state commission.
Well, let me explain. So when he says,
Don't let this go over your head.
"Don't let this go over your head," oh, I am not gonna let this shit go over my head.
Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions were awarded $1 million for damages.
No, they were not. The $1 million was money that was forfeited by Devin Haney. Forfeited. It was forfeited by Ryan Garcia. Hold on a second. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was forfeited by Ryan Garcia. So it's not damages. It was money that was put up by Oscar for the fight. That's the purse bit. Is the money that Ryan would have been paid for the fight. So the person that paid Devin and paid Ryan is Oscar. So when the money was forfeited because of the penalty, Ryan had to give his money back to Oscar because that's whose money it was. The state can't take that money because it's not the state's money. It's not the New York State's money. It's Oscar's money. So when they said forfeit, it means you just have to give your promoter the money. They can't deny Oscar De La Hoya the right to his money or to make a profit off the fight. All they can do is say, hey, you can't profit, Ryan. But that's not damages. Damages is when a court says you have caused a harm to somebody, so now give me this, so now I need you to pay this money out. That's not damages. He's literally just getting his money back because they're not allowing Oscar to pay him the money.
but how could he be this misinformed about this? Like he has a whole legal counsel team or whoever's working on this with him. How could he be so ill-informed?
Bro, if you listen to this, he doesn't understand.
Don't let this go over your head. Oscar
I'm gonna tell you, he doesn't understand.
And Golden Boy Promotions were awarded $1 million.
Okay, so they were awarded $1 million. They were not awarded $1 million. That's him saying something that's not true. Now I can see why he would phrase that way, because they got a check from because they got money because they were given $1 million. But that $1 million came from Ryan. The million did not come from a court. It wasn't. That's just he just gave the money back. So he
For
doesn't understand that
damages
it's not
for the
damages.
fight, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia on April the 20th. I asked one question: is why would Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions receive $1 million in damages? What damages did they occur?
First of all, damages don't occur; they incur. But but he just doesn't know what he's talking about, because he didn't. It wasn't. I can't say the same thing 15 times. It's like literally just the same. It's so silly to me that I just find myself continually repeat it.
I don't understand. Like,
You're trying to understand why he would say this?
I'm trying to understand why he even thinks this.
He either is lying or he just doesn't understand how the legal system works.
I think he lying.
I literally tried to look up the lawsuit so I could read it, and I cannot find it.
It doesn't matter, because look what he's saying. I know what the complaint is. And the only complaint that can connect to this is the thing for unjust enrichment. It was battery. So clearly this doesn't have anything to do with battery, because if you're saying that he got $1 million, so it's not battery. It wasn't fraud that he got the $1 million, because the $1 million was ordered to be given to him by the New York State Athletic Commission. The only thing that could connect to this is something called unjust enrichment. So he's saying that Oscar was unjustly enriched by receiving that $1 million, even though he didn't have any damages. But he's not unjustly enriched because he's not being enriched. It's his money. It's literally his money, because he was the one that was putting up the money for the fight. So since he paid for the fight, and they're telling Ryan, you can't accept any money. That's your punishment. You can't earn any money. They're basically making it illegal or against the rules for Oscar to pay him the money. The order is to give Oscar the money back.
But Bill feels like he's entitled to that money.
Shouldn't get any of it because it's not his money. For him to say that money should have come to us, but you didn't put any money up. So again, that's like the situation that I laid out where me, you, and Phoenix go to dinner, and Phoenix doesn't eat his meal, so they can't serve Phoenix the food, which means the money that was paid gets refunded. Well, if you paid for the meal, 2 cents, who should get the refund?
Whoever paid for it.
Yeah. That's what this is. And he's saying, no, you should refund me and pay me you should pay not just for my food. You should give me the refund for the money you didn't have to pay him. It's stupid. Like, it's just flat out stupid. There's no reason for Bill to get any money from that.
Well, because Ryan cheated.
But okay, so I'll use the Ryan cheated.
So all this has to stem from Ryan cheating, because otherwise none of this will be in play.
No, the payment that was made to Ryan is a result of the fight being agreed on. See, the money that he's talking about, the $1 million, that is money that Ryan got paid to fight. That's his purse money. Ryan is going to get paid. That $1 million has nothing to do with cheating. It has everything to do with that was legitimate money that he was owed. The reason that he's not able to accept the money is the punishment, not the reason that the money was paid. So they don't get any of that money because that's not their money. They would have never gotten that money. If he didn't cheat, they wouldn't have got that money. If he did cheat, they wouldn't have got that money. That money was Ryan's money for the fight, and he earned that money. But they said, look, here's a penalty. You got to give the money back. So who is Ryan supposed to give the money back to? To Devin? He can't give the money back to Devin because Devin didn't give him the money. If you forfeit money, the only thing you can forfeit it to is if they name somebody specifically for you to pay it to, or you have to forfeit the money to the person that owed it to you. And guess what? There's a reason he would get it. Number one, he put it up, and number two, it's his fight. So his fight that he paid for is now a no contest. So since it's a no contest and the bout didn't take place, why should Oscar have to pay Devin more for that? He shouldn't. It's just silly.
It's silly, and I'm like, if it don't make sense to us, who is he paying to do this? Because I'm sure it don't make sense to him either.
Well, it may. I mean, I'm just saying I don't see it. Like
I don't see it either.
I don't see it because again, and what he's saying is damages are not damages.
Daddy, yeah.
That's not damages because they're giving him a refund. If you overpay for something and you didn't get service, like you didn't get the service, they have to refund the money, dude. That's not damages being awarded.
But
So
wouldn't he have to sue the entity that made that decision?
To do what? Yeah, be the New York's, but yeah, he can't though. Like literally, he has nothing. Money's not his. He has no connection to that money. None. He got paid. His deal. Now, here's the thing. He got paid already. He got the pay-per-views and the amount of money that he got paid and the amount of money from Ryan coming underweight. That's what he negotiated for, and he got paid all that money. The only person that didn't get what they paid for was Oscar because Oscar's fighter got his win taken away. So it wasn't even an official fight that he paid for. So there's no reason for Devin to get the money. Even if it's cheating, it's still no reason to give him that money. In order to get money, you have to have damages, and you have to have suffered a damage. There's no damage that he suffered that gets him the money refunded to him. And that's why he's phrasing it as if it was damages being awarded. It's not damages being awarded. So when he says, I want damages for my son getting beat up, he's trying to act like Oscar got damages. Hey, it's both of us got damages. Both of us went to court. No, Oscar didn't take anybody to court. Do you remember Oscar suing anybody about this fight, 2 Cent or Phoenix?
No.
No, he sure didn't.
So since he didn't sue anybody, how could he be getting awarded damages? No, Bill is just trying to make it look like he's not the only one suing somebody. And it's just not true because it's not damages. He's just getting a refund, and you don't deserve any of the refund. And he's saying unjust. I'm just telling you, it's just straight like what Bulldog Face says. It's all sucker shit, bro. Like for me.
Yeah, I got 2 things right quick before I hop off. I only got a few minutes. Like just looking at this whole thing, like one, that carnival worker, he has more ground to sue Devin for what Devin's suing for than Devin does, because he wasn't assuming any risk. He wasn't expecting to go to work and have a professional boxer come up there and swing at him. That's something that's not in the ordinary for carnival workers. Like all the stuff that Devin is suing for, like that carnival worker, I feel could probably have a better case for it than Devin. The other thing was, as far as damages being incurred or negligence or whatever people want to say about it, like the fact that you see in the fight, Ryan is begging Bill to stop the fight. That's something I feel like kind of works against him in this. So I didn't know what your thoughts were about that part particularly. Ryan saying, "Hey, Bill, come on, stop the fight," and how that can relate to this.
Oh, I'll tell you how that plays.
For a minute.
I'll tell you how that plays. If for some reason it wound up that they were actually, going to award something for the battery, for the contact from him being, let me make this very straight what we're saying. If they're going to find him responsible for battery for a boxing match in which he agreed to get punched, then you have to take into consideration if he was suffering the damage, how much of that did Bill contribute to by not stopping the fight when the person that is being accused of the battery asked him to stop the fight? So I'm telling you, hey, will you stop? Will you stop? And Bill's saying, no, we're going to go out on our shield. But so you keep going several rounds with more punishment that if you would have listened to Ryan and stopped, you wouldn't have absorbed. But you said, no, I want to continue this boxing match so that I can win this boxing match. I'm telling you, dude, you can't have boxing with this lawsuit. You just can't have it. Do you know like monopolies are suspended for you know how like we know the NBA is a monopoly? Like
Yeah.
it's the only real boxing league, basketball league in America.
Right.
That's an example of people overlooking monopolies. Where they're saying, look, man, yeah, we know that this is monopoly, but this is the only way we're going to be able to have the sport. So we're going to let baseball be the monopoly. We'll do some things, but we'll do certain exceptions to it, right? Certain exceptions to monopolies. So even though it's violating the law, in this particular instance, I'm comparing that to assumption of the risk. That if you allow boxers to sue for being beat up in a boxing ring, that slope is so slippery that you will not have a sport. Venues would not be willing to put your sport on because they could be adjoined to a suit. If they say, oh, somebody tested positive and we didn't find out till after the event is over, and now we put it on, and now we got a boxer suing us for our part in putting over the fight, no worries. We won't put any boxing events in this venue. No worries. Oh, a fighter, a trainer can be sued for battery if he accidentally put something illegal in a substance that gets in the boxer's system. Now he can be held liable for battery and criminal charges. Oh, no, thank you. We won't be training anybody anymore. Once you make a certain endeavor so risky, people will no longer be able to participate in it because of the risks associated with it. Boxers won't fight because they know if they messed up their vitamin regimen, now they can be sued in civil court for beating somebody up in a boxing match that they both agreed to get into. I'm telling you, you cannot have this and have boxing at the same time. Just like you cannot have basketball. You cannot have basketball without them overlooking the fact that it is a monopoly. Otherwise, you'll never be able to get the best players in any individual league. You'll mandate that some of them go into the big three. Because it's unfair competition that everything's getting funneled to the NBA. That's monopoly, and that's bad for public interest. They're not going to do it because they know the exception. Same thing that's a sports exception for the NFL, for golf. But you think in basketball, now your dumb ass want to sue people for battery, for getting punched in a fight that you know is a fight. What's next in the MMA? Somebody does an illegal arm bar, and now the MMA fighters get to sue each other too for an illegal chokehold. Oh, they didn't stop that chokehold fast enough. That's an illegal chokehold. You won't be able to have the UFC either. Like I'm telling you, would you invest in something that you know that if something goes wrong outside of your control, that somebody can die with the high probability with it happening in a fight, period? You're already punching somebody in the face and knowing you may kill them. But now, hold on. I accidentally didn't tell the New York State Athletic Commission that I had some chewables in my pocket. No, you can't have boxing, Bill, with this. You can't. And that's why when the case goes away, people will say, I don't want to work with y'all. Because y'all going to screw around and mess up everybody's money. Part of the thing about not snitching is that snitching affects everybody. Okay? Like, that's why they say hellified street dudes don't snitch, you go to jail. Why? Because if you rat on everybody, the whole system goes down. So you got to take it like a man, do your time and come out, and the system will respect you, and you can get back into the system. But if you snitch on everybody, the whole system gets shut down. So you're going to sue somebody for beating your son up in a boxing match? You are seriously, man, make it a one sentence. What is he suing Ryan for? Beating him up in a boxing match.
Yep, and that thing with that, man, it's like you know, overall, I don't think this plays out well for them. Whether they win or lose is going to be a thing of, like you said, you know, people are going to worry about, okay, if someone step in there and whoop Devin's ass again, what are they going to do? They're going to try to look and say, oh, this guy had to have been on something. That's the only way that Devin could have possibly lost. He had to have been on something. When, you know, realistically speaking, like I've been saying, I think Devin is stuck because at 140 and 147, but with the way that his body is, as far as his weight, like if he can't handle Ryan, I don't think he's going to be able to handle any of the topper level, you know, power punches at that point. You know, so like now everybody has to worry about, okay, if I fight Devin Haney, you know, how's this going to play out? How's that going to look? And then at the same time, worry about the marketability too, because he already wasn't selling before that. Then like after this, like who's going to want to have him headline a card? Like me personally, I can't think of anyone outside of Turkey who would want to go ahead and put Devin on there as a headline. I don't even know if Turkey's interested in that anymore, with the way things have been going for him lately. So, you know, I feel like this lawsuit just put them in a more difficult situation as far as, you know, making them more appealing as anybody that a promoter would want and anybody that a top level fighter would want to fight. Like anybody with a big name or anyone trying to grow their brand, you know, I don't think that that's going to be a chance that they want to take, considering the fact that, you know, Devin Haney was losing money for people before this happened. So that I think that just makes it worse for them overall. Those are my thoughts. So I was going to hop off, but I'll still be listening to the show. And great show as always, bro. I always
All
appreciate,
right,
man,
man. I
what you got to
appreciate
say
you, brother.
on
Thank you,
everything,
man.
man.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, 2 Cent. I'm sorry. Or go ahead, 2 Cent.
Yeah, I mean, I just been like I said, I've been trying to locate this lawsuit so I could read it, but I can't seem to find it on the internet. So I'm like, is this really real? Because I'm just looking at it and it doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, if we can look at this and feel like it don't make any sense, who is his representation telling him that he has some type of leg in the race to do this? And it would almost seem like you might be blackballing yourself, you know, doing something like this. Like, does Devin plan on fighting again? Like what's going on?
Interesting
And
stuff, man.
who would he fight with? Like, is he gonna stay with Eddie, or is him and Bob cool
Well,
enough?
Eddie,
Like what's his future? Like, what is it? Like, really?
that I mean, who knows? It's I can tell you, man. No, we're gonna see. It's gonna be a fun ride. I don't know what
Because
they're thinking because honestly, man, I don't get it. There's a couple lawsuits I don't get, and I could be wrong. We'll see how it plays out, but I don't see the one with Derek and Errol. I don't get that one, and I don't get this one. I don't get this one. And even when Bill started talking about Bob Arum getting sued, bro, Bob Arum ain't losing a bunch of lawsuits. Like, what do you
yeah,
mean?
I think didn't Terrence Crawford drop his lawsuit?
Yeah, he dropped that. He dropped, or he said he settled it. He didn't win that lawsuit, and he didn't have a lawsuit with the only lawsuit I know that he won that I think where somebody won a lawsuit. I could be wrong. Now, somebody gets another example, let me know. But the only one that I could really think that he actually won a lawsuit with was Oscar De La Hoya. And I think even with that, Oscar De La Hoya had to pay a lot of money to get out. He just wasn't trying to let Oscar out. Then there was also the issues that he had with Manny Pacquiao. But Manny Pacquiao didn't fight with anybody else until that deal was expired. And even then it was Bob going to court. I don't know if Bob getting beat in lawsuits. Telling you. And I don't know if Bob Arum really going out suing. Only people I know Bob really suing are people that are making offers to his fighters. That's what I know of anyway.
And then I was just curious, like, how far can you really get with the battery when you could have stopped the fight. Like, you literally could have stopped what was going on. Like, how can you sue for something you had control over? So I
Well,
don't get it.
the thing with the battery for me is this. A battery is, and please forgive me, T. Orlando, or any counsel that is listening to me give the elements for battery, because I don't remember them specifically, and I don't know them for your jurisdiction. However, the general gist of battery is that it is an unwanted touching or an apprehension of an unwanted touching. So battery is if a reasonable person in my situation would touch you in a way where you know that it is not wanted. So that is assault. Or if I do something that makes you really fearful that you were going to do it, if a reasonable person would believe that you were going to do it based off what you did, that's a reasonable apprehension of a unwanted touching. So that's what we're talking about. So the idea that he had an unwanted touching is ridiculous because he got touched in a boxing match that he got paid to fight. So it was not he loses it on unwanted. And what he's saying is that no, it was an unwanted touching because I didn't know that he had this trace substance in his system. But that doesn't mean that is a touching. That doesn't mean that you didn't want the touch. You did, and you got paid for the touching.
Right.
And on top of it, the damages that you suffered, you assume the risk. So how are you going to say, okay, well, what are the damages? And I'm telling you, what are the damages? Oh, I got hit upside the head, and I had a concussion.
And his monetary damages, Fanon, because remember he couldn't take his next fight with Sando Martin. He had to drop his belt.
I can get to that too.
Whatever he would have got paid for that fight, and now he wants $4 million to fight Paro. But Eddie Hearn is saying, "Nah, you only worth $1 million right now." So he probably want to try to sue. You get what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm supposed to be getting $4 or $5 million to fight.
I get what you're saying, but here's the thing: like in the subject that we're talking about, though, like really none of that stuff has anything to do with it. Like whether or not he goes to fight with Paro or anything like that, or anything with his contract, because you're talking about battery in a civil court. So battery, you have to have an unwanted touching, and they had to have an intent to do it, and you actually have to show harm. So you can't say that the harm, like you can show physical harm. Like if you were to accuse me of battery, 2 Cent, and I hit you, what would you have to show them? You'd have to show
but I got financial harm from you hitting me.
No, listen. If I hit you, in order to say that you were hurt, you were damaged, you would have to show me your x-rays. You'd have to show me that you were physically hurt. You have to show me. You can't tell me I assaulted you if I didn't hit you and you didn't have any damage. Like if you weren't worried or you didn't loot, you can't. They're not going to give you anything if you weren't harmed. So what I'm saying is when somebody hits a boxer in the boxing ring, what harm are you going to show me? That you got a concussion. But you would have gotten a concussion anyway because you are in a boxing match. So that's the difference between me hitting you and you being able to show me the damage from me hitting you, because there's no reason I should be hitting you.
But I wouldn't have got the concussion if you wasn't on Osterine.
Yes, but you can't prove that because people get concussions all the time in boxing matches without Osterine. I can show you a boxing match this weekend, 5 boxing matches this weekend where somebody got concussed without Osterine. Devin Haney has been concussed in fights with no Osterine. He got concussed by Linares. That's a concussion. The way he did that, that's a concussion. And he got in the concussion without Osterine. So you can't tell me that the Osterine is the reason that he got the concussion. It's the punch. But the punch could have caused it either way. Ryan Garcia can give you a concussion just by punching you, period. Period. He's a professional boxer. If he doesn't train at all, is completely clean and hits anybody upside the head, he can concussion. So you have to actually show me that the Osterine is the reason for the concussion and not that you got the concussion just because you're in a boxing match. You're never going to be able to do that. Because the actual purpose of a boxing match is to get punched. You're just never going to be able to do it. You know, let me do a comparison. Imagine that a man gets accused of sexual assault because he walked into a room and there was a woman on a bed. And then he starts having sex with the woman, and the woman changes her mind and says, "No, I need you to leave." And then he finishes what he does and then leaves. Now, knowing just that, you would say that this man is in trouble for sexual assault, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if the
Right.
woman's a prostitute? What if the woman said, come in here, lay the money on the dresser, and then no, she can't claim sexual assault because she sold the sex. That's the
Right.
same reason that a boxer can't claim battery, because you got paid for the battery. She consented by taking money. He consented to the battery by taking money. You just can't do it. Like, you just can't do it. That's like accusing somebody of battery in a football game. Just because somebody has a little extra ostarine after the football game's over, not the people that he tackled can't turn around and sue him for battery. I mean, could you imagine that? Every football player that popped dirty after a football game now can be held personally liable for everybody that he tackled during the game for battery.
That would be insane.
You can't do it. That's my point. You would never have football if you could do that. You can't have basketball. You can't have boxing if Devin Haney can do this. You just can't have the sport. Just like you can't have basketball in the NBA if you don't overlook the monopoly laws, if you don't have something built into that. So I'm just telling you, it's just bad business. It's bad for the sport. It's really bad for the sport. Terrible for the sport. Because imagine the insurance costs. You literally have doctors have malpractice insurance?
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of the major reasons for the cost of medical care, is the fact that every doctor has to pay all that insurance for malpractice because they'll get sued. You're going to have promoters and boxers having to have malpractice insurance to pay the damages that Devin wants to get from them. You're going to have malpractice insurance for networks, malpractice insurance for boxing, for everybody associated with it is going to have malpractice insurance. If you waive that because somebody violates a rule. It's
But
just
on
a
top
shit
of that,
show.
too, he's already been punished.
That's why they suspended him.
That's what I'm saying.
They
He's already
suspended
been
him.
punished.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
wonder
telling
how
you.
much money he's trying to get. Do you know?
He said I don't know how much he's trying to get, but I know the damages. The fact that he's suing for battery. Now, fraud is going to be tough because you got to be able to. Fraud is almost impossible in this, because you have to prove that this guy knew that he was doping before they entered into the contract. Fraud, just because I don't think it's going to reach the level of fraud, because if you do that, then again, now people got to have insurance for that. That's why people don't like litigation. That's why real conservative people are anti-litigation, and they're so big on not filing frivolous lawsuits, because this whole thing can cost a lot of money, and it can prevent people from going into business, and killing the economy of boxing is not in the United States' best interest or the people's interest, because it provides livings for a lot of people. So do you really want to make everybody afraid that you can get into a fight with somebody in a boxing ring and now you can get sued? That's why you have boxing, is so people don't go to jail for fighting or get in trouble for fighting.
But even
Anyway.
with the amounts of the Ostrine, it's like, even that alone, I will feel like you can't prove this made any type of difference in the fight.
Nope, and you can't quantify it, especially if there's a percentage chance that it's contamination. They can't even prove that he intentionally took it, let alone the effect. Because if he can prove that this was, and no, there's no zero tolerance in a civil case. Okay, when they said, these guys bring up strict liability because there was strict liability written into the New York State Athletic Commission. There's not strict liability for this in civil court, that you're liable in civil court strictly as soon as you have something in your system. That's not the standard they're using. They're going to use, I do believe, preponderance of the evidence. You have to get past 50-50 on this. 50-50, good luck. You know what I'm saying? Good luck, 50-50, that was caused by that Ostrine and not a punch.
Right.
I
It's
don't think he's
wild.
going to get there.
Seemed pretty far fetched. I can't wait to read it because I'm just curious.
Yeah, if he files it, I don't know. The reason that the fact that I'm saying that I think you really hit on something when you said is it real, because it hasn't been released. That if that complaint is filed, it would have been out because that's public record.
Yeah, I can't
So
find
there's
it.
a chance he hasn't even filed it. He's just talking. Could be.
Why though?
I don't know why. To be in the head of Bill, I don't want to be there. Be in the media. I mean, seriously, I don't mean to be insulting or anything, but there's a lot of gamesmanship here, man. This doesn't make sense, man. You're suing somebody for beating up your son in a boxing match. Like, I mean, you can get into the explanations and all, but that's the fact. You're suing somebody for beating you up in a boxing match. He didn't hit you after the bell was over, beat you up outside the ring.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I
people are
got
cheering
boxing
this
hacker
on
about to
too.
come up
That's
here
what's
and give me a
crazy.
headache, though. What'd you say?
And people really kind of cheering this on. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. But we'll see how it goes.
All right. For now, it's good, hot Mitch.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much, 2 Cent. Peace.
All right.
Real quick before Boxing Hacker comes up. It's important for people not to make generalizations that come from New York City characterizations. People extend that to the entire state of New York. Okay, fair enough. And people in other parts of New York are quite different, just saying, I know you're right about that, Keith Nolan. My bad. I know you're right. And I like people from New York too. But stereotypical New York. Keith knows that I could be wrong, but to me, all this stuff with Bill and Devin Haney is really just them being butthurt that Devin got exposed and they can't do damage control to save his reputation. Also, you missed my previous super chat. My bad, dog. I was going slow. And I should go faster with the super chats, Mr. Noland. And thank you so much for being this big time cat in the chat today. Thank you. Hunter Young in the building said, "What's up, Fanon? I am a pro natural bodybuilder and certified trainer. Hunter on the hunt." Yeah, what up, Hunter on the hunt? I just said Hunter Young, man. That's Hunter on the hunt. I'm a pro natural bodybuilder and certified trainer nutrition. Our anti-doping regs are exactly the same as boxers. There's no way that amount of Austrian had any effect on the outcome of that fight. Hey, I believe you 100%. That's been said by every expert that talks about it. Boxing Hacker, how can I help you?
Hey, how's it going, Fanon?
It's going well.
Hopefully
Man.
my background's not too loud for you.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Hey, so I was reading what Mike Carpenter wrote, right? And about the Devin Haney case.
No, I don't know. What did he write?
I can paraphrase something from it. Let me find
That's
it.
all right. Please don't.
Okay. So I mean, basically,
I will get it, dude. Just give me a second.
Okay.
It don't take but a second. Is this yesterday?
Let me see the date. I have it up on my screen, by the way. September 27th, 2 days ago.
You're talking about Devin filed a lawsuit against Ryan on Friday in New York, seeking damages for battery, fraud, breach of contract in connection with the doping violation in April, according to documents obtained by ESPN.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about it?
So the part where he says, "While this is what he quoted from the actual lawsuit," I guess.
Bro, and if you want me to go to, don't quote anything, bro. I'm not doing that, man.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm gonna do it. While Devin Haney agreed to participate in a prize fight against Garcia, at no time did he agree to a bout in an individual had taken performance-enhancing drugs. Fraud because he represented that he had tried to make weight and failed. Fuck out of here. That's stupid. Haney would have never fought against a boxer who tested positive for PEDs. I'm being sued. Okay, so that's it.
Yeah,
he says. While Devin, so this is a complaint, obviously the complaint that he seeks unspecified damages and alleged Garcia committed battery because his content was limited to about held fairly and under the rules. Dude, that will ruin boxing, bro. Anyway, okay, so now what do you want? What about it?
I think based on that premise, if now I know everybody
Based on what premise? There's no premise.
So based on
been
the
stated.
complaint, so let me just say, based on the complaint, if the
You haven't read the complaint. That is just a statement. That I don't know what that is. That
So
says documents obtained by that
he
says
cited from
documents
the lawsuit,
obtained.
right?
Listen, that says documents obtained by ESPN.
Yeah.
Because doesn't name the court that it was filed in like they usually do. I don't know what the documents are, bro.
Okay. So let's just based on what was written, and not go too far with the validity of it, right? You know, because like I said, we just know what was written, and then he cited it from the lawsuit itself. So just based on that alone, I think if the court accepts that part, then
What accepts what part?
So accepts the fact that Devin Haney never agreed to fight somebody on PEDs, basically.
Doesn't matter. They're not claiming breach of contract.
So he
they're
said
claiming fraud.
They said
fraud,
they are.
It has to be knowingly, dog. Fraud, you have to know.
They said on the article, they said
fraud, you have to know. Sir, I don't want to do the legal thing with you, man. I know why I think that's bullshit. I don't need to read Mike fucking Coppinger. No disrespect, Mike Coppinger.
They're claiming all three, though,
bro.
Right?
If you're talking about fraud, I know what fraud is.
But
fraud is when you listen. Fraud is when you knowingly mislead someone. If Ryan Garcia did not know that was in his system, he did not commit fraud because he didn't know. You cannot know it. You cannot accidentally commit fraud.
But they can claim battery, though, right? Because
you can know. No, it has. You have to have intent to commit battery.
But okay,
and battery and fraud are not, dude. I'm not going to do this with you today, bro. Did you take a loss? Did you take a legal class in between me talking to you yesterday when we agreed you don't know what the fuck you talking about?
All I'm saying, look at this perspective, right?
No, I'm not looking at it from the perspective of ignorance. We had it the whole time. Mike Coppinger is not a lawyer. I know what fraud is. I know what you have to do to prove fraud. In order to prove fraud, sir, in order to prove fraud or damage, battery, you have to prove intent. If he didn't know it was in his system or it got in his system accidentally, that's not fraud and that's not battery. And by the way, it still have to have a wanted touching. Just because you said
what they're saying,
dog, I don't want to talk about you because you don't know what you're talking.
But that's what they're saying. They're saying that it's unwanted touching because they didn't. They said they were gonna have a boxing match that didn't have didn't have like PEDs included. So the fact that there was PEDs included is unwanted. That was what they were saying in the article.
Sir, let me break this to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you have sex with a girl and that girl gives you the clap, you don't get to sue her for rape.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, you don't get what I'm saying. That's why I'm giving you something. You don't understand the comparison.
That was a very extreme example.
No, it's very clear. Because if you have sex with a girl, okay, she agreed to have sex. Yes, she did.
Right.
But she did not agree to have sex with somebody that was going to give her the clap.
Okay.
Now, if that girl tells you that you sexually assaulted her, she would be wrong because she did agree to have it. She consented. Just because she did not know something about you doesn't mean that she gets to revoke her consent. Okay? Devin does not get to revoke his consent to getting punched.
But the consent was based on the rulings, though.
You do not get to revoke.
Yeah, but it's all based on the rules.
You do
outside the rules.
Shut up.
Oh,
you're a fucking.
But that's what the case is about.
Hacker. Boxing hacker.
Okay.
It's against the rules to give somebody clap. It's not legal. It's not legally to knowingly give somebody the clap.
Okay.
It's just not rape, dumbass.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
it's not illegal, sir. It is not. Ryan Garcia does not know it's in his system. That is not fraud because he didn't know it. That ends it. because he didn't know it. It's
Well,
not
they're
battery.
going-
Listen to me. It's not battery if you stumble into somebody. It's an unwanted touching. You definitely stumbled into them. They may have fell and hurt their leg. That's not battery because you didn't intend to harm them. You have to intend to hurt somebody for it to be battery. You have to intend to fool somebody for it to be fraud. If you can't give me that he intended it, leave me alone about the rest of it.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. They're building.
Do
it
you
from
know that he intended to put that in his system?
Do I know he intended to do? Nobody
Yes,
knows. He
because
intended
it's
to.
not per se. Fraud is not per se.
Yeah. So
Fraud is
what
not.
I read. They're
Fraud,
building it
fraud
from
is
the
not,
premise
sir,
that
fraud is not per se. You don't commit fraud just because of who you dealt business with. You actually have to intend.
I'm talking about the battery part.
Battery, you have to intend too. You have to intend the contact.
Right. So that's
You
what
have
I'm
to
saying.
intend it.
They didn't give consent to fight Ryan on PED.
Sir,
That's what the case is about.
He has to intend. It doesn't matter if he gives consent. Listen, it doesn't matter if he didn't give consent, if he didn't know it. Okay? Because he didn't know that it was in his system. It doesn't matter whether or not the other person consented or not because he didn't intend it.
Right. So what you're doing here,
Sir, listen. I'm not. Listen.
You're arguing. So that's the argument.
I'm not arguing. That's the problem with you. I'm not arguing.
I'm not arguing with me. I'm saying that's the argument against what they're.
That's not an argument. I'm literally telling you a fact. You cannot commit fraud without intent. That's a fact. It's not an opinion. It's not an argument.
I'm not arguing that. But I'm not saying that.
Okay, so then stop talking about the rest.
That's what they're basing things off of,
dude. If there's a combination lock, a three number combination knock,
Yep.
three number combination lock.
Yeah.
If you don't know the first number on that combination, do you get to go to the second number?
No.
Then that's what I'm saying about this argument. Once you don't have intent, you don't have anything else. There's nothing else to talk about. There's no intent. So before you talk about anything else, you need the first number of that combination. The first number of that combination is the intent number. You don't have it. You don't have the combination. You're not going to unlock that.
And then it's on the onus of them to prove that, right? So
sir, you do not
on the
have,
DSP legal
sir,
the
you
intent
do
right
not
there.
have intent. You don't have intent. You don't.
So I'm not arguing what
You know
you're
why
saying.
you don't have it? You know why you don't have intent?
I'm not arguing against what you're saying.
Do you know why you don't have
that's
intent?
their argument.
Do you know why they don't have intent?
You said, do I know why they don't have intent?
Why they can't prove intent?
Because they don't know if he knew it not to take it.
Well, number one, that's because he didn't actually get suspended for it. He got suspended for failure to notify. So that's one thing. Okay. He never admitted that he knowingly took it. There's no court or there's no venue or person in authority that ever determined that he did. Also, there's plenty of literature out there that this could have been contamination. And as long as there is a 50% chance that it could have been contamination, dog, that's out the fucking window.
But couldn't they also argue the stuff that he took that he didn't turn in, the supplements that he didn't turn in were basically like what led to him began contaminated.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
So the reason why, so the result of his Ryan's previous case was that he didn't turn in like the name of certain supplements, right? It's the supplements he was taking. So couldn't they just use that as an argument too? They could say, hey, you were supposed to, if you had followed the protocol, then we will still not be in this predicament, you know? So somewhere along the line,
sir, let me tell you something here. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. You are talking about the enforcement of something with New York State Athletic Commission and their rules. We are now here talking about battery. Okay? We're not talking about the New York State Athletic Commission's interpretation of their rules. We are talking about a civil case for battery.
Right. So
you're not going to interpret. You're not going to interpret anything related to the ruling of the New York State Athletic Commission.
But they're going to try to pin the liability on Ryan, regardless of his intent.
Liability for what?
For having the PEDs in his system.
Sir, will you stop getting past the fact that there's no intent to commit fraud? You're off over here. You're talking about whether or not he violated the rules of the New York State Athletic Commission. That's not what we're talking about.
I'm talking about
stop talking.
Premise is what,
dude. Boxing hacker. You're either not listening or you don't learn.
I hear you, but
the New York. Listen. The New York State
they're suing.
The New York State Athletic Commission has nothing to do with this.
I'm not. Nothing. I didn't say it did. I didn't say it did.
Then stop talking about whether or not
there's obviously
their punishment.
There's obviously a reason they're suing. I'm not the one suing. There's obviously a reason.
Yeah, it's called the charges. Fraud. He's suing for fraud.
Fraud, battery, and
you're a fucking buffoon.
And breach of contract. It's there.
It's not breach of contract. Breach of contract's not in there.
Oh, well, according to my Carpenter, it is.
I thought you said that you knew what the thing. Dude, come on, man.
So it's all based on what I read.
Dude,
I'm based on what I said.
Damages okay, it does say breach of contract in connection with this.
Yeah.
But guess what it doesn't say?
What?
It doesn't say unjust enrichment.
Yeah, but it says breach of contract. I say it's
okay. So breach. First of all, it's Dan Rayfield. So it's Mike Coppinger. It's fucking Mike Coppinger. That doesn't mean that's what it is.
Right.
You won't know what it is. Dog, look, hold on, man. Let me do this.
Based on information gathered. I mean, have you seen the actual lawsuit?
I'm not going to ruin my Sunday. Shut up. Go away. You're not ruining my day anymore. This dude don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but keeps talking. You clearly don't know what you're talking about, and you just keep moving your mouth. I have no idea in the world how you can make a living, man. You're just talking, and you don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about, Fanon?
You literally don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You're like,
you said there was no breach of contract. You saw
literally
contract, right?
No, you don't know what a contract is.
Oh my God!
You don't even know what a contract is.
Here we go.
Boxing hacker.
Here we go.
You don't.
Fanon. If I say something on just
where's the breach of contract? You tell me where the breach of contract is.
Where's the breach of contract?
Yeah, well, you show me where. Where did Devin Haney? What's Devin Haney's argument for breach of contract?
That Ryan was to perform enhancing drugs when it was against the contract. And he also, performed enhancing drugs. The weigh-in. That was part of the contract as well. Anything that goes against what they wrote down in the contract is breach of contract.
So the answer is you don't know.
There you go. Okay, you tell me, when was it?
I mean, you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me what the breach of contract. What action from Ryan Garcia breached the contract?
Him being on PEDs was a breach of contract.
Why?
Because in the contract, you're not supposed to be on PEDs.
It says in that contract that you're not supposed to be
verbatim,
on PEDs.
But I'm sure that's part of the contract.
Okay, so where's the judgment that said that he was on that said he was suspended for PEDs?
Let's not take this down.
No, man, I'm actually going to ask you.
What I'm saying is correct.
Where's the fucking damages, you lying sack of shit? So I'm saying, where's the damages? I'm literally talking to you like you know what you're talking about. When I know and you know I don't. I know and you know you don't know what you're talking about. Soon as I start really going down the line, the first question I have for you, oh, come on, man.
No, because you spend more time trying to discredit me as an
Dude,
individual.
when you
than
say
what I'm saying.
somebody
If
is
I
going to
so
be, sir, when you say someone committed breach of contract, you need to tell me the breach of the
I just told
contract.
you. I just
What's
told
the
you.
breach?
I just told you the breach of
What?
contract.
Nick, give it to me again. What's the breach?
Oh my gosh. Ryan Garcia being on PEDs was a breach of contract.
Is a breach of contract.
Yeah, because
Okay, so let me get this right. Where does it say in that contract that if Brian Garcia pops dirty for performance enhancing tests after the fight,
I don't
that
have
it's
the
going to be a no
contract in
contest?
front of me
No,
to quote
because
it or
there's
tell
something
me.
called a remedies portion of the contract. Does it say in the contract? Does it say somewhere in the contract that a violation of a rule will be determined breach of contract?
I didn't read the contract to know that.
There you go. So shut up.
Did you read it?
Of course I didn't read it. That's why I don't know where it's breach of contract.
Okay, so we both don't know.
Dude, he did not claim breach of contract right here.
In the article, based off the
Shut
article we
up.
just read.
You keep
Based on
talking to
the
me about an article where Mike Coppinger said breach of contract. You're not giving me the actual complaint.
You're basing off what you heard as well.
Sir,
So
I am telling you, unlike your dumbass, I am basing what I'm saying off of 3 years of law school and 30 years of writing contract, dumbass.
Just like me.
No, dumbass. I'm going off of an education. You're going off of nothing.
You don't have you didn't see it either, Fanon.
Sir,
like
let me tell you what I'm going off of. I'm going off of a legal education.
Does that mean you're always right? So does that mean anything you say is right?
It means that I know what I'm talking about and you don't.
But does it mean anything you say is right? Yes or no?
Sir, are you fucking dumb?
I mean, you're creating this. I told you, you guys do this like
you want to tell me
you didn't see it either. We're basing on the.
You're an intellectual coward.
We are basing on the information we gathered
you
online.
Are
you and I did not see it. So
you are an intellectual coward.
Intellectual coward.
You are an intellectual coward.
You resulted insults when me and you were talking. What are you?
No, let me tell you why I'm going to specifically call you a coward. Because every time we get in an argument, you resort to there is no answer to the question. That's your go-to. Every time me and you have a conversation where you don't know shit, you result to nobody really knows anything. That's what you do every single solitary argument. You resort to, well, we really don't know anything.
And
no, you don't know
arguments. What are you talking about, Fanon? Listen, I'm not going to prove something I cannot prove.
Then why are you arguing? Why are you arguing?
So I said based on the information that we have in front of us.
You're not saying shit. If you don't have a point of view, you're not saying anything. All you're doing is talking. All you're saying is that it may not be true. 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 I don't know. It may not be true. It could be, possibly.
So,
bro, grow a set of cojones, bro.
Which one? Okay, you said that's an intellectual coward, right? Which one is better? Asserting something that you cannot prove, or saying that, or being honest and being like, I can't say either way. Which one's more intellectually? Which one's
you didn't do either one of those.
You want to create assertions?
No, you didn't do either one of those. What you said is you know something, and then when it got proven that you don't, bro, fuck off with your stupidity, bro.
You said I did the former.
Talk like
you
this.
said I said the former,
bro. Look, man, I'm sorry, bro. You are gonna get the fuck out of my face for good.
Hey, man, it's all good.
Yeah, no, it's not all good.
Hey,
it's not all good, bro. You literally are telling me that you don't know what you're talking about, but yet maybe
we are basing things off the stuff that we see online.
I'm not basing this off of what I did online.
Okay, inductive reasoning for what you learned in the
school. I'm not doing deductive reasoning.
Inductive. I say
I'm not doing either one.
You did because you said 3 years.
I'm not. I'm stating you the law.
You know what inductive reasoning is, right?
Bro,
3 years prior. Inductive reasoning, recent things that you learned from the past.
Shut up, boxing hacker. Politely stop talking. What I'm doing to you is I'm telling you the law. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm giving you the law. I'm giving you what the law is. That's not my opinion. I'm not pulling off the definition of fraud. I'm not making that up. That's the law.
Mm.
You're making stuff up.
Okay, so
I'm
you're
telling
saying
you the law.
we're
Bro,
not
in order to
have.
listen, in order to have fraud, you have to have intent to mislead someone. You have to have it. If you don't have intent, if you listen to me, if you don't have intent, there is no fraud. Okay, that's a fact. That's not opinion.
I'm not even talking. See, that's the
So
problem.
the second thing I'm going to tell you is, in order for there to be battery, you have to have intent for battery.
So
you have to know that you intended to do that.
And that could be their opponent's argument. Yes, I'm not even
arguing their opponent's argument. Anything could be your argument. Anything
so
could.
I'm saying that's
dude,
their.
you don't know what you're talking
building
about, dude. Fuck, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. It's just listening to somebody give me an opinion about something they don't know anything about.
You're a wild guy, for now. I don't know what to say, man.
Bro, go talk for 4 minutes, and I promise you're not going to talk about anything you know anything about. Go ahead.
I don't understand what you're talking about for now.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to say anything for a while. And the entire time you talk, you're going to talk about something you have absolutely no idea about.
I just came for a conversation.
To me. No, here, I'm going to prove it. Explain to me what the cause of action is for Devin Haney against Ryan Garcia. If you can just give me what the cause of action is, I'll be okay.
Yeah. So basically, what is that Devin Haney did agree to a bout with Ryan Garcia. However, he never agreed to a bout with Ryan Garcia on PEDs. So that's where everything stimulates from. The fact that he never gave consent to fight any fighter on PEDs, and as a result of that led to like the battery portion where he sustained injuries based off being in a situation that he never consented to. So that's it. That's their argument. I'm not now. Let me clarify something. I'm not saying that it's gonna win or not. I'm saying that's the argument they're building.
That's not their argument.
So what is it? Okay, you can go.
No, dude, you're supposed to tell me because you're the one that knows what you're talking about.
That's what I came up with. So you tell me.
Sir, first of all, bro, I asked what the cause of action was. I didn't ask you for any of the shit that you just said. I'm going to give you a chance to answer the question again. What's the cause of action? And by cause of action, what is the action that is causing you to ask the court for something? That's what a cause of action is.
Yeah, it's still the same thing.
No, it is not.
Why isn't it?
Because it's not.
Okay, so what's the reason?
Because you're wrong.
So, okay.
The cause of action, dumbass, is battery, breach of contract, and fraud. That's the cause of action, dummy. So since you've been talking about all this shit and you don't even know that that's the cause of action and not the argument that supports their call for action.
But that was the argument.
Shut your stupid ass up. It was the argument, not the cause of action. The cause of action is not the argument. Can you stop pretending with me, please?
Pretending to do what?
Pretending to know anything about what you're talking about.
So,
you don't know what a cause of action is. You don't know what a cause of action is. You don't even know to think cause of the action. Oh, what happened that is making me ask for damages? Cause of action. Action what? Give me damages. What's the cause of the action? The action, complaining and asking for damages. That's what a cause of action is. But yet I'm supposed to have a conversation with you for a bunch of time. when you don't know what that is. You don't know what proof is. You don't know what evidence is. I've literally had to explain to your dumb ass what evidence is, what proof is, what burden of proof is, what the standard, what the burden of proof is. Literally, I've had to literally give you a goddamn governance class, bro, talking to you. I have to deliver a civics class for you. And you still don't know what you're talking about. Now, would you like to talk another 5 minutes about something else you don't know anything about?
Man, the way you throw insults at people is crazy for now. Look, I just
Bro, it's not even an insult. It's just a fact, bro.
what? This is come on, man.
Dude, it's not an insult. Let me say this softly. It's not an insult for me to tell
It's
you
not
that
a
you're
fact.
talking about shit that you don't know. That's a
So-
fact.
So we already established one thing. I've established this multiple times. I'm not a litigator. I'm not a lawyer. I told you this in the
Then
past.
shut up.
What you? So we're talking about the Ryan Garcia.
You established that. But you don't establish the fact that that means you should shut the fuck up talking to me.
So if that's the case, let me ask you something.
Sir, you get the first part, which is that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't get the second part, which means you should shut up talking to me.
So if you're the only one who has authority to talk about this because you have past experience,
I'm not the only one to talk that has authority.
or you or any other person that's
No, I'm not. See, T. Orlando.
Okay.
See,
or
you're missing
Orlando.
this.
Or if there's a certain
T. Orlando can. You know why T. Orlando can talk about it and you can't?
He's a lawyer, right? That's what you're about to say.
Because not because he's a lawyer, but because he knows what he's talking about and you don't.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Why you have people call in? Or certain people call in. If you're going to be the governing body and be the authoritative one, say who can talk or not. Why not just let?
I didn't say you couldn't talk. Obviously, you can talk. I'm letting you talk.
No, but the thing
I'm telling you, you don't know what you're talking about.
We're having a conversation about
what I'm telling you is I don't want to. There's certain things I want to talk to you about, bro. Shit you don't know about isn't one of them.
Oh my God.
I mean, what you want me to say? I don't want to talk to you about contracts, bro, because you don't know. You don't know what you're talking about. So why would I want to talk to you about something you don't know when you don't know what you're talking about? I want to talk to you about something you know something about. Talk to me about something you know something about, so I can get something out of the conversation instead of me talking to you about something that I'm telling you you know and I know you don't know anything about.
I don't. So I'll have professional experience. I'm speaking on my perspective of what was written. That's all I'm doing. And you're here saying you can't say that because you're not a litigator. I had 3 years of experience, blah, blah. Dude.
I did not say I have 3 years of experience litigating, man. Will you stop lying?
Man, I heard 3 years.
Why would you just lie like that?
Listen, man, I don't listen. It's based on
Why would you just lie like that, dog? So you just going, dog, look, say
why
something,
do
bro.
that? If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it.
I
But
never said that,
the whole authoritative fallacy. Oh, you can't talk about this, Like, let's not do that. Either we're gonna talk about it, or we're not gonna talk about it.
Hey, did you remember that this is my platform and not yours?
It's not ending with you, brother.
No, seriously, it is ending with me because you don't have to come.
Yeah, no, I came because I thought it was interesting.
So let's get something straight so we understand this, bro. I am actually talking to you, and I want to move the conversation to things that you actually know about.
Okay, so let me let you.
I don't want to talk anymore. I really don't want to talk to people for hours because, sir, you've been on here for 30 minutes. So the idea that you think that I'm going to let you talk to me about things that you don't know and I do, it's not going to happen. Talk about things that you actually know. If you want to talk about him suing, talk about it from a perspective that you know. You can say, hey man, I would want to sue him because I think that he's right to sue him, man, because he shouldn't have done it. Don't start talking about the cause of action and the elements.
But you know what's crazy?
This is where you're rude. Okay, I'm not yelling at you, dude. Just give me your opinion on what you know, man.
So
That's
okay,
it.
okay.
Get off your expertise in some area that you have expertise in. Please talk about it, or do me a favor. At the very least, don't talk to me about a subject that I have expertise in, because I can't listen to you tell me something that I know is completely wildly wrong. It hurts. I can't listen to it, bro. So you just have to share. If we're going to talk about something, let it be something that either you're an expert in that I don't know anything about, or something we both don't know anything about, so we can be both equally ignorant. But I don't want to talk to you about something I know you're ignorant of and you know you're ignorant of.
So here's the problem with that, right? So initially, that's how it's.
No, there is no problem with that, because that's what it's going to be.
May I finish speaking?
You can finish this. You can talk to me about something you know about and not anything that you don't. From this second forward.
Not a problem. You know what? That's fine. I'll just go back to how the conversation initially started from yesterday. So, in my opinion, although I hear what people are saying about, Devin Haney should get back in blood, I think they should also realize or separate Devin Haney, the fighter, from DHP, the company or the entity. Because if you're a company and you feel like you received damages, you feel like you wrongfully received damages, then I think it's within reason that you would create a lawsuit. And I think people are looking at it from the perspective of Devin Haney, the fighter, who should be, I guess, either trying to get back in blood or sell everything in the ring. Where in fact, Devin Haney is more than just a fighter; he's also a brand and $1 million corporation. So that's how was my conversation from the beginning, from yesterday. And yeah, that's what I wanted to leave with.
Thank you for calling in. That's a lot easier, man. I have no problem with that. Thanks for calling in. I won't yell about that, dog. That's your opinion. I can appreciate it if you think that he needs to sue because he's two different people. And he needs to sue. Cool. He needs to sue. Thank you. Can't argue with that at all, because that's truly your opinion. That's easy, bro. Just don't talk to me about stuff that I know about and you don't. Then we won't have a problem. Kind of like if you talk about, Phoenix the Assassin gets up here and breaks down what he thinks is going to happen in the ring with the positioning of their feet and all of that. And dude, I'm not going to argue with somebody about that because I don't know anything about that. I mean, I know a little bit about it, but I don't know enough about it to be like really debating somebody about it that really has a strong opinion on it. If I tell you I think this lawsuit's bullshit, it's because I don't see any intent. And on top of it, I think it's bad policy. I think it's bad policy. I don't think you should be able to sue somebody for something that you assume the risk that you knew it was going to happen. You knew it could happen. You know what I mean? That's just like, no. You got to, no. Sometimes you enter into deals and the deal goes bad. You get your ass whooped. Somebody, steps over the line, but dude, is it a material breach of the agreement? Hey, T. Orlando, is that a material breach? Would you consider that to be a material breach of the agreement? I don't know if that's a material breach. Seeing as they had rules in place for the adjudication of it. And they also agreed to work. Hold on. They agreed to fight under the rules of the WBC. This is over with. Oh, he did consent. Devin did consent, boxing hacker. He did consent to fighting the guy on PEDs. Yeah, he did. He did consent. Yeah, he consented. T. Orlando, you there? I don't know if it's an easy case or not, but T. Orlando, are you there? I think he consented. I think he consented. He did consent, actually. Yeah, he consented. Should I save that for tomorrow and let y'all go? Should I let y'all go? Go watch some football? Or should I tell you why he consented? Let me know if y'all want to know before I get off. I so much appreciate y'all listening to me. Nah, well, let me tell you why I think so. Okay, this is why I think he consented. Because there's rules isn't there a rule in the contract that you agree to abide by the rules of the WBC? Isn't there a rule in there that says that you agreed to abide by the rules of the WBC? I think he consented because he agreed to the WBC rules, and the adjudication of somebody under performance enhancing drug is covered by those rules. So no, he consented, bro. He consented. He consented. I would argue that he consented. I don't think he can get out of it. He consented because you know that there are rules in there for drug testing. And you said you knew that you agreed that the New York State Athletic Commission would have authority over the fight and punish somebody for those offenses. So you had to have known that going into the fight. He consented because he consented for the New York State Athletic Commission to have a jurisdiction over the issue, which means the resolution is going to be handled by the WBC and the WBA. They took responsibilities for the punishments of violations of their rules. So no, he consented when he consented to abide by the rules of the WBC and to accept the punishments handed out by the WBC and the New York State Athletic Commission. And I'm throwing that shit out too. Yeah, I think he's got consent. I think he can. Then you have to. Yeah, you can consent to the rules. Just like if you go into the military, you consent to all the laws of the military, the rules of the military. You can't say that, it's the WBC is the one to sanction in the fight. The New York State Athletic Commission is the one that has the rules, and then they issue a punishment based on the rules, but now you don't have to follow their rules. You get extra punishments? Nah, bro. I think you consented. But I'm going to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Thank you guys for supporting. Yeah, I think what it is I think he gave consent. Yeah, I think your argument is bad. I'll beat that argument too. That he did not agree to have a clean fight. He agreed to fight under the rules, is what he agreed to do. And the WBC rules say that you fight a guy and he pops dirty, the fight, you still get it's still a fight. You still got paid for the fight. Yeah. Anyway, I'm out. Okay, I'll hold on, Noob. Thank you, Phoenix. Phenomenal show. Yeah, man, I really do. I think that I don't think he's got it. I don't like this shit at all, honestly. Or even dishonestly, it don't matter. Yeah, don't like it either way. Yes, sir. I'll wait, man. I read this. I didn't read all the super chats. My bad. Ooh, I missed. Phoenix the Assassin said, intellectual coward. Sees intellects and runs from it like he owns child support. Never seen somebody run from knowledge so fast. Learning scares him. No, dude, he just always he always does the same bailout. Well, we really don't know the answer. It could go either way. Yeah, man, but we know that. Why you kind of run to something everybody knows? Everybody knows that if there's not a solid answer to something, that it could be either. You don't get to claim, I don't know. You don't get to switch your argument to, I don't know. You're not debating with anybody. You're just interrogating people. Hey, I hands down said he sit there in a Google sheet he sits there in Google shit to be right. This guy believes he owns his own lies. For Fanon Cooking, thank you. I am hands down. Appreciate you. Keith Nolan in the building. Oh, say that's not what DHP pay him to do. Say that's not what. When did I get muted, bro? Fuck. Tell me how long I was. Tell me how long. Okay. All right. Similar to when the NFL Players Association tried to sue for the CBA. Okay, so Phenomenal Show says it's similar to when the NFL Players Association tried to sue the NFL for the collective bargaining agreement and lost. The court ruled that they agreed to abide by any rules set by the NFL commissioner. Look up the case that happened a few years ago. Okay, so let me tell you what I mean. I can't still be muted, bro. Did y'all hear that? Because I am not muted. Somebody put in a comment if they heard that. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm not muted. All right, so basically what he's saying, this is what they're saying. Basically, this is the deal. When you enter into an agreement with somebody, you can agree to anything. And one of the things that you'll agree to is something, what happens if this deal goes wrong? What happens to the what happens when the deal goes wrong? There's something that you would put in an agreement that would be called like something with a heading like jurisdiction. But basically what happens is Devin Haney agreed to fight under the rules of the WBC. And he also agreed to fight under the rules of the New York State Athletic Commission. Okay? He agreed to those rules, which means he also agreed to their rulings. So if the WBC says that we support Ryan, we don't believe Ryan cheated intentionally, and the WBC was the sanctioning body, if that's the decision that the WBC makes, then guess what? Devin's got to adhere to that. If the New York State Athletic Commission says, hey, here's the punishment for you not notifying us of this particular thing, of the medications you take, that's it. You agreed that they would be the ones that would initiate the punishment for it. So they agreed to suspend him, turn the fight into a no contest, and prevent him from getting any money. But guess what? Devin agreed that it was their decision to make. And since Devin agreed it was their decision to make, Devin can't say it's not their decision to make now that now that he doesn't like the outcome because the money didn't go to him, that the money went over there. You can't say, okay, I abide by the rules unless I don't like the rules, the way the rules are applied. So that's what they're saying in that. And I think that's right. Like, I'm telling you, man, this is sucker shit on a lot of different ways. This ain't business. This may be street, but this ain't business. Dude, you take a chance anytime, bro. Look, you're not guaranteed when you entered into business that you're going to be successful. Okay? And a court is not going to step in there when they believe your real motivation is that you failed and you're just grasping at straws to try to find any type of violation that could allow you to exploit it. Like, nah, bro, that's not what we're here. That's not what the court is there for. The court is to right a wrong based on an agreement that you signed. If you agreed that this is the way that boxing matches go, and if this guy pops dirty, you're going to live by the punishment that the New York State Athletic Commission and the WBC, the decisions that they met out, then you got to live with the decision. You got to live with the decision. Dude, that's business. Why shouldn't Devin have to live with the consequences of his decision because it went bad for him? Because somebody cheated him. You know what I mean? Bro, there's all kind of stuff going on in basketball games, man, where there's something illegal goes on, or then they'd be like, hey, man, my bad, but we got to keep going on. Not every foul is going to overturn a game. Not everything that goes wrong is going to get you out of a contract because, it doesn't say you can do that in the contract. Nah, bro. Is it a material breach? T. Orlando solidifies the win with me using the material breach. I don't think that was there, that was necessary to establish a contract. That particular cause or that particular action. Anyway, though, that's my take. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. I got to tell you how much I appreciate you, and I thank you for chopping it up with me. Oh, hell no. That's some street shit, bro. Y'all, that's how you Negroes do in the streets. That's how y'all street dudes do. Y'all out here suing people in the streets. After you get paid, you're going to pay about you bragged about how much money you made that you didn't really make. And now you want the money that the other guy didn't get paid, even though you weren't the one that gave him the money. That shit sounds crazy. Anyway, with that, I'm out. Deuces.